it's me, mayohosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel.
Mayohosko, it's your boy, JP.
Real whole egg. Everybody say real whole egg. Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
There you go. Capture that, Mayo. That's for you. That's for you.
Everyone on the panel say it at the same time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What are we saying again?
Real whole egg.
Whole egg.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Real
Whole egg. Close enough.
Everyone make sure to send in your videos of saying real whole egg and I'll add you to the intro. Thank you.
Hello everybody. On vacation right now, working out my family, but the show must go on. So we are here to talk about vintage Lego. I've been planning to do this for about a fortnight now. Unfortunately, Buttchop remembered he's got to go to his cousin's house this weekend, so we're gonna postpone talking vintage Lego with Buttchop until the NFL season starts. But we are glad to have from Blocks to Mox right here, who really likes Aquazone and Time Cruisers.
Indeed, indeed.
And we're also glad to have Richie from Our Toy World, who, like me, is a Lego historian. and if you've ever seen some of his videos, then you know all about what an excellent script writer he is. So there's lots of different things we're going to talk about today.
Cheers,
and
gentlemen.
The main reason why I wanted to do this is because at Brick World Chicago, we purchased the 1993 Aerohawk new in box. And I didn't buy it for the set, I didn't buy it for the instructions, I didn't buy it for the box, I bought it for the pamphlet. So if anyone's following me on Instagram, you already know this pamphlet right here. It's the 1994 pamphlet, because it was a 1994 version of the set, even though the box was dated 1993. That happens a lot for the December releases, I notice. So this is an image I grew up with. The hot rod flying off of the bridge over the water near the Sail and Fly Marina, and this scene with the Spirius Robo Guardian attacking the Unitron monorail right there. And this is scenes I did not grow up with. You got the City Centre sets from 1999.
Ooh.
And these are the sets on the back. Like, our Slugger really likes those Rock Raiders. And Briggstar really likes the Mr. Freeze train. I think Briggstar recently did a video about this train station right here. And
my favorite in there is the Rescue and the Adventurers.
Oh,
yeah, I was never a big fan of the Rescue for whatever reason. Even though I think it's kind of funny that in this set it comes with the same cockpit canopy as what was on the 1996 cargo railway train. Let's start talking about that. I always thought that was the strangest cargo train they've ever done. The cargo railway.
I have it. I actually have it over here. I like the colors, but it is like a kind of imaginative way to design a train. You know, taking each car off, like each passenger has their own like cab, and they put cabs on and off there. It's not like a real train, but it is cool. I mean, The one thing I don't really like about it is that they made it with almost like a kind of the train cars themselves that they put the pods on. Yeah, exactly. So the yellow part right there that the wheels connect to, they make this really long. So when it takes corners, it takes up a lot of space.
The low loader train bases right here, and because there are slopes back there, they're the inverted slopes that adds a little bit of extra length coming off, and the cockpit canopy kind of protrudes a long way off of the wheels for the locomotive, which is just the 9-volt motor. I'm not sure if you remember this set, Richie, but it's just such a strange design.
I'll be honest with you, Mayo. My history when it comes to Lego trains is a bit elementary. I guess you could say I'm a little overwhelmed by Lego trains, right? Because it has such a
That's why
rich
I'm
deep
here. That's why I'm here, because I can give all the history about the trains.
Well, I searched it up, and it is a little kind of, from my point of view, it is a little kind of bulky, kind of an odd look, but it is, of course, from 1996. I do like the yellow and the black, but I do think there are definitely some problems with it. As from Blocks to Mox was mentioning, like I definitely see that now. Like even in this image here, I'm like, yeah, this is maybe a little too long. Each of these cars. So interesting to see how Lego is definitely improved upon this. Yeah. But of course, there are also classic train sets or pre-2000s train sets that are way better than anything we get today. Cough, cough, monorail.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I'm just trying to see if there's any alternate names listed here on Brickset. But a while ago, I saw there was an alternate name for this. I think it was some parts of Europe. It was called the Shuttle Express train. I much prefer that name, Shuttle Express train, because this is not cargo. There's passengers.
Yeah, exactly.
How can you call that cargo railway? I much prefer the name Shuttle Express train. But
I love that box.
Go ahead.
I always thought this was so weird. Like
it does have some cargo on there. So for example, it has like the ATM or the money one, and then it has like the recycling one, and then it has like some other stuff in there. But mostly it is a passenger train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never understood that. And you get the minifigures if they want to show up right here. And that's straight out of Paradisa.
Yep.
That's the Paradisa hair and face. That's the Paradisa mustache. That's the Paradisa mustache. That's the Paradisa. I'm the really cool guy.
Oh, and the jacket used by what's his name? I think is it Harry Kane? The guy that's
that's the guy from
Adventures.
the Lego. That's the guy from the Lego Loco CD-ROM.
Oh, okay.
I actually, Lee, no, the guy from Lego Loco had the red cape and the yellow pants. Sorry.
I do like that minifigure, though.
I want that minifigure with the Octane jacket.
Mixed up. Let's see what the Lego Loco guy looks like. I don't know why I said that, actually. I don't know why I said that. Trying to find a picture of the Lego Loco.
You know what, Mayo? What's this one called? Hold on. Let's see what they call this one.
Let's get the Lego Loco guy.
So they made another train.
Ooh.
They released around the similar time. Oh, it is. He does look similar.
That's a sweet fig.
So they called it the Freight Rail Runner. That's another train.
I was trying to think of his actual name. It's the railway. It's the railway employee. Looks almost. Yeah, I don't know why, because they look completely different. That's my bad. the Lego
yellow
logo
torso.
right there. Yeah.
I mean,
And
to be fair, when you get
as you always, and as you always point out, Richly, the pirates guys with the yellow torso, they've always got no, well, they're always skin only on the back.
Mhm.
See if
Exactly.
this is showing.
Ooh, pirate.
right
Mayo, I've
there.
been on brick set all day looking at pirate sets for my next video.
Yeah, because you did a video recently talking about the storyline of these guys, right here, the Imperial soldiers.
Talking about like how he's just always naked on the back. He's got a shirt on the front. Is that what you were talking about, Mayo? This guy?
No, because what Richie's doing in his videos is he's kind of giving the lore of some of the characters from the pirates. Because he talked about the Imperial soldiers in a video, and the next one is he's going to talk about the Imperial Guards, because people
Oh, that one already happened.
realize. I did it.
Yeah, you might.
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, it
Mayo.
already did. Yeah, because these
That one
guys are
did
the
well.
Imperial. These guys are the Imperial soldiers. They were 1989 to 1991. This is one of the best minifigure 4 or 5 packs ever. I think we did hear something. Yeah, there's Jeff back. There's Jeff back there.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, nice to meet you.
How's it going?
Still working on the bugle?
I am. I just got through with the live stream for that. We're on level 4, almost level 5.
Nice. How many bugles have you used so far?
I don't know, because I dismantled them, or I opened all the bags and sorted them by part.
Got
So
you.
I probably used, if I had to guess, 6 out of the 10.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you're already way into it.
And that's the $10 Cafe right there from Lego Paradisa. And you got the poolside paradise.
Yes. And then it's kind of, I'll have to move. I don't have much space on this table, but
And you got the seaside cabana and the sidewalk cafe, and there's the Rolling Acres Ranch.
then I've got the
Sunset
I don't-
Stable. Actually, no, that's just part of the Rolling Acres Ranch.
oh, well, I guess I should display it properly. Here we go. I guess it's like that. There we go. I think I've got one more, and I can't remember which one it is, but I did not have time to go get it this week.
Hey, Mr. Blue. What's up, Nate?
Yeah, we're going to go through the chat in just a little bit. Yeah. So, if anyone hasn't already watched our Toy World's videos about some of this stuff, you should definitely go back and do that stuff. Trying to find the pirate sets that I grew up with. Yeah, there's the El Dorado Fortress. Everyone can geek out about that. What a fantastic set.
I actually have the new one right here, Mayo.
Have you built
Really?
it?
Yeah, I bought a second one for parts because it has amazing parts in it, and so I actually went back and bought a second one to get the GWPs that they were giving away on the 11th to the 15th, and
It's the one that I own.
we got a second one for parts.
I own this guy right here. I thought this was a 1991. I guess it's a 1992 release.
Is that First Mate Rummy?
Yes, it is, because he's got the blue torso with the red and white understripes and the belt right there. Got the cutlass.
I just was curious if they might have had different legs.
Got-
That's how it is with some of
cutlass.
these characters. They have, same face, same torso, same headpiece, but different legs. It's like, whoa, thank you, Lego. But
And there's a different first mate that comes with the the brown tricorn hat. Yeah, this was such a simple build, but back when I was 4, I found it fascinating how they stuck the 2x3 leaf piece onto that headlight brick. I always found that build so fascinating for whatever reason. Now I know it's just a simple technique, but I was enamored with this technique back in the day. And even back then, I wondered, well, why couldn't they just use a 6x8 plate right here? They used 2 4x6s instead, and getting that a gun barrel right there was really nice. And you got the Jolly Roger flag, and I always enjoyed playing with that stuff. I owned more of the Islanders. Yeah, I owned more of the Islanders rather than any of these guys. We'll quickly go through. That's just the same thing again. Is that a different number? Yeah, that's a different number. I'm just trying to find. Oh yeah, these are the Imperial soldiers.
Can we just take a minute?
A video on.
Can we just take a minute to appreciate how lucky fans were back in the day to be getting not only Lego Pirate sets with the Imperial Guards, but at the same time receive Islanders sets? Like that's special, you know? I don't know. I just have to say that right here, right now. Like those fans back in the day, they received not only, you know, Captain Redbeard and the crew, not only Imperials, but the Islanders. Like things were going good for a couple of years there.
that was my years, man. I've got Islanders mock and Pirates and everything over here. I love it, man. The vintage is the best.
Dude, you guys had it good. But then like a couple years later with Imperial Armada, I'm sorry, I mean it was cool, but it was like, eh.
Everyone likes to say that the late 80s, that the early 90s was the best time to be a Pirates fan, but I'd say the mid 90s, because a lot of the early 90s sets were still available in 1994, and then they came out with the Islanders in 1994, and then they came out with the Imperial Armada in 1996. The Imperial Trading Post, I'm guessing, was sold until 1995. The mid 90s was was probably the best time to be Pirates, in my opinion.
And not for nothing, they also came out with like a lot of kind of like Peter Pan and pirate themed movies towards kids at that time, and kids were just more into pirates and castle back then.
But you know, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. I hope we get more pirates soon. I mean, I'm glad we got El Dorado, but like, can we get an actual theme, please?
Well, you know how we got the castle, the 90th anniversary castle, and then we got a GWP that was the Forestman hideout.
Yeah,
I think that's what's going to happen with the pirates. Also, I think we're going to probably get some kind of small pirates GWP.
That would be great.
Does everyone recognize this?
They kind of did it with
a flag by now.
Yep. That comes with that boat. They kind of did it with Space 2 with the Galaxy Explorer, and then they released the Blacktron gift with purchase.
Exactly.
Well, they've released GWPs like the Castaway Island, and then last month they released that Pirates gift with purchase. I think that was a precursor to.
It was the playground.
Oh yeah, that may be what they go with. Then I forgot about that.
But it's not like a classic remake, you know. So it's Pirates, but it's not, you know, actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I don't want to start ranting about gift with purchases because Richie expressed a lot of my feelings in a video.
Well, Mayo, I might have to make a part 2 to that video, because now all of a sudden Lego is re-releasing gift with purchases, and that goes into a whole other question of ethics, which is, are you know, why release a gift with purchase for 1 or 2 weeks when you're just going to bring it back later? You know what I mean? I don't know. Just me.
Oh, like the Blacktron and the Bionicle.
Yeah,
Like
of
they
course.
did,
Yeah.
and then what I think, and you know what was crazy about the Blacktron and the Bionicle is when you went to the stores for them, the Bionicle they had plenty of, but that Blacktron it sold out. Like they had
of
none
course.
whatsoever. And so
Weird.
it can't be that they just had extra sitting around. I mean, I wouldn't think so, but maybe it is. Maybe it is just all extra they never got rid of.
Well, they did the same thing with the moving truck.
Yeah, because like,
EWP.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and they did the same thing with the Forest Hideout.
Oh, they did
Because
release
they
that twice, didn't they?
re-released that.
Yep.
Yeah, they re-released that, but not in my country because I think that was purely because they had overstock in some European and American warehouses. Now I actually own this set. This is King Kahuka.
That's
got
a
this,
killer
Mayo?
set.
Yes, I've actually got this, but it's
Nice.
disassembled.
Oh, I got it too.
Yeah, I grew up with this set. I grew up with the Islanders faction of pirates in general, which is probably why I don't collect pirates anymore, because I only had the Islanders
Mm.
and that
The
and that
Islanders
one Pirates Lookout set from 1992. I
The
never had any
Islanders
of those.
If you try and get a hold of the Islanders, like I mean, I don't know about on Bricklink, but like on other websites and stuff, they're hard to come across.
I also own the Crocodile Cage. I never saw this
I love this.
in any catalogs. I think it's so cool that they use the spears to build a jail cell. I was fascinated with this build back in the day, and the box art is just glorious. Look, you've got an active volcano over there. You've got the crocodile off to the side. You've got these really nice Caribbean rocks, and how crystal clear does that water look back there? Just such a beautiful box art, and the sunset. Oh my god!
You know, some of these sets were only released in certain areas, right?
Yes, because for whatever reason, Lego did a lot more regional exclusive sets back in the day, particularly with the trains. And I actually own this Islander catamaran. This is the precursor. This is the precursor, in my opinion, to a lot of the catamarans they've done in friend sets.
I'll be honest with you, I want that. You have it, Mayo?
Yeah, but it's all disassembled because it's all of the sets from my childhood are disassembled.
That sale's hard to come across.
Yeah, I've got this all crinkled up in my collection, and I've got these stickers that are starting to peel off now. But
Yep.
for whatever reason, I think it was the Australian release of the set never had the zebra stripe printing.
Really?
Yeah, they did a lot of weird stuff like that. Because I never, for whatever reason, I never owned this printed 2x2 round tile. It wasn't in the set. Very, very weird. And this is honestly my most wanted pirate set ever, the Enchanted Island. I like this better than the Eldorado Fortress or the Imperial Trading Post. And everyone calls me crazy when I say that, but there's a lot of nostalgia I have towards
I'm calling you
this.
crazy too.
So
Am I crazy, Jeff?
That's the
Am I
set
crazy?
that I based my mock off of, Mayo.
I know.
Mayo, in answer to your question, you're only crazy on the odd days of the week, and since it's the 14th, you're okay.
And you got the monkey Spinoza and the parrot Popsy right there. You got Captain Ironhook, King Kahuka.
Well, I was thinking the whole time, is that Spinoza and Popsy, right? Because I don't want to have a whole like lore like discussion / debate with everyone, but we can go there if we want.
Yes,
Like-
because this is a vintage Lego stream after all,
Yeah, so it's
and
like-
lore is everything.
Exactly, it is. So it's like, I didn't. So like my video tomorrow actually is about the Islanders. So, so funny enough, we're talking about this. Like I didn't think that Spinoza and Popsy because like from the research I did, like Iron Hook, like the most common belief is that he's like a pirate who's kind of gone rogue, or at least is a rival of Redbeard, right? But then you start looking at like some other source material, and there is source material that literally calls Iron Hook Redbeard, or is like this is Redbeard, and I'm like, no, this is not. So I don't
No,
know.
it's
To me, I
not
don't.
because
To me,
he's clearly got a different. He's clearly got an iron hook instead of a wooden hook.
exactly. You know, Spinoza and Popsy, they're around, or you know, those aren't Spinoza and Popsy. I mean, but then First Mate Rummy is in some of the sets, so I'm thinking there was a mutiny, and that I'm thinking they got killed off by the Islanders. That's my theory.
And if anyone remembers the Brick Show, they did a review of this set back in the day before they got their channel terminated because they used watermark images.
Never forget.
Lest we forget. So yeah, they reviewed this Imperial Outpost. This is from 1995. Got the big 4x6 Imperial flag up there. And I like what they said. This looks like an area for a strategist. And you got Admiral Woodhouse right there. And there's First Mate Rummy. He's always sleuthing around the forts. It's like I like to imagine that Captain Redbeard just got First Mate Rummy to weasel his way into all of the opposition's forts.
Well, now I want to pose a question to you guys, all right? So obviously, when you look at like the architecture, when you look at the builds, the Imperial soldiers and the Imperial guards have, you know, very similar outposts, right? So do you guys believe that they're like working together? Did the Imperial guards replace the Imperial soldiers? Or is this just kind of like the common style of buildings for the Imperial presence in the region? What do you guys think?
I think you're right with that's just they're all part of the Imperial. So
Well, personally,
all
I
look
like
similar.
personally, I like to think that kind of like what you outlined, the Imperial soldiers were meant to do one job. It was to stop Captain Redbeard finding the Spanish treasure, and they failed. They failed to do their job, and then the Imperial guards came in and said, "Oh, hey, look! In South America, we've got all this sugarcane, and we've got all this coffee. In the Caribbean, we've got all of these different fruits that comes off all of these palm trees. Why don't we try to establish a whole bunch of trade routes going through here? And yeah, we can get some tobacco. Why don't we set up a bunch of different trade routes? So we're going to need a trading post."
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no shit, the pirates are probably going to want to they're going to want to intercept the cargo that we're shipping back and forth, and that's why we need private merchants to be careful with the way they enter our forts, which is that merchant ship that got remade in the 2023 El Dorado Fortress. And this is another set that the Brick Show reviewed. This was Captain Redbeard's main base of operations in 1995 to Skull Island. That skull build.
What do you think, Richard?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are right. Like you said, is that the Imperial soldiers and the Imperial guards? I mean, they're the same. They're working for the same, so that's why it's all similar. And then, like Mayo was saying, is that they have a trading post and they got to protect it from the pirates. So,
well, I like to think that when the Imperial guards were constructing their infrastructure, they would have used the brick merchants from businesses that the Imperial soldiers used to construct their forts. Because if you notice, a lot of the Imperial Guards infrastructure looks a little bit more sophisticated. And I like to think that they got so run down, hence the red bricks, the red wear and tear in the white bricks, that they got decommissioned. And then we get onto the Imperial Armada. This is another set that the Brick Show reviewed, the Armada Sentry. I like to think of this as either a tax office or a toll booth to entering this bay right here.
Or like a warning, like a guard shack.
Yeah, because you got this crane that's holding a barrel, and it looks like this rowboat is carrying coins to pay his toll or his taxes to enter the bay. I like those green doors right there. Those are really cool green doors. And that's the studded string instead of the spool string. This is another build with the iconic skull right there.
I was gonna say I always like the way they did the skull.
Yeah, it's such a nice skull. I forget the name of this guy. Do you know, Richie?
Oh, I saw it the other day. I need to I'll do research on him soon once I start the next episode of Pirates Retrospect. So I can get back to you later on that. But I need a break from Pirates after doing my research on the Islanders.
Yeah, because this guy's got the gray beard and the brown undershirt.
I don't know, but you know what I just want to say. You know what I love about classic Lego is how. Oh, sorry. Is how they were able to do so much with the basic smiley face and just like print around it. Like that's so cool to me, right? And I think when you look at like the early 2000s, those face prints are absolutely horrendous. Like I don't know. I think the 90s were so special with how Lego was able to do so much with that basic smiley face. That could just be me, but it's like I just love it.
And I just got to say, I'm sorry, but this is the most
right?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but this is the most confusing pirate ship ever.
It sucks.
It's called Redbeard. It's called Redbeard Runner, and depending on which sources you read from, some say it was captained by Ironhawk, and others say it was captained by Redbeard. If the people who write all this lore can't agree, it's so confusing. And also, this ship just looks so weak, in my opinion. It does not look aerodynamic at all. And these are the masts are such an awkward build, and like these ladders don't even connect to the deck. That's really bad, in my opinion.
I feel like that's kind of what you'd expect out of like a pirate ship, though, man. He's not got they don't have the Queen's money, so they just kind of rig it up, put it together, make it work.
But this is a downgrade. You should Black Seas Barracuda, Skull Eye Schooner, and then this. Like what? No.
Yeah, it's really, and that's why I like to imagine that this was Captain Ironhawk's ship, even though it says Redbeard Runner, because like Captain Redbeard is too good for this. I do not think Captain Ironhawk, if his first ship was the piddly diddly Renegade Runner, I don't think he could ever afford to build something like the Skull Eye Schooner. This is, in my opinion, this is Captain Ironhawk's ship.
Ironhawk is dead, Mayo.
It is a really bad ship by comparison, which means it's perfect for Captain Ironhawk.
What's that play feature on the back?
I think this is a collapsing deck or something. That's the way they got it pictured on the box art. And since Captain Ironhawk is giving the pirates their marching orders to walk the plank, I do like to think that Captain Redbeard is trying to take over Captain Ironhawk's ship, kind of like a
And I
South Los Angeles a a turf war in this bay right here.
well, hey, if you look on the box art, also it shows you that the front mast actually falls over. That's probably why they don't connect the down there at the bottom of the hull.
Yeah, and I have no idea why Brickset doesn't acknowledge that. Actually, no, this isn't Captain Ironhawk. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Who's down there?
Hang on a minute. That's not Captain Ironhawk.
Mayo, Captain Ironhawk is dead, I think. I think he was killed by the Islanders.
He's got the same torso, but it's a tricorn hat instead of the captain's hat. That's I've never noticed that before.
We're confused. We
You
love
see,
Legal
I
War.
told you this is such a confusing pirate ship. It's so confusing.
It's to keep you on your toes, Mayo. Now you got to figure this out.
I don't know what to think, and all this other stuff just gets worse and worse. Anyway, enough about pirates.
No,
Yeah.
more pirate. No, I'm joking. I'm pirate
This
zap.
is-
I'm getting
It's,
ready to ask Mikey J. I see Mikey J in the comments. I was going to ask him if he got the new El Dorado yet.
Shout out Mikey J and Mrs.
Yeah,
Mikey
so let's
J.
take a break from talking about the pirates and let's go over everyone in the chat. So who do we have up in here? We have Treavor, R. Claxton, Anna Nicole from Blocks to Mox, who is on the panel, Douglas McWicken, the left's that's a funny name. The left upright at Soldier Field. Mr. Blueberry, everyone spam those blueberry emojis. YOLO X, that's a new name. A Benji Gal, Macro Bricks, Big Nate Bricks, Altoy World, who is on the panel, Steve Weiser, Contra Bricks Build Craze. Who else do we have?
What's up, Cobra?
Oh yes. So good thing. So Macro Bricks was asking me about why he couldn't do the gambling. That's probably because he hadn't logged into StreamYard. No, sorry, hadn't logged into Streamlabs to do this thing. So it looks like you've finally been able to gamble. And oh my god, look at how many jars Blueberry has. That's because Blueberry has watched more hours since I've started doing the giveaways than anyone else, I believe. Since started doing the giveaways, we also have Tasman Bricks. Hey, good morning, Taz. Brick Hive, hello, Brick Hive. Mikey J Productions, another vintage fan. He collects a lot of the pirates and the castles. So while we were geeking out about all of those pirates, I think Mikey J would have been really excited about all of that stuff. Yeah, it's a really cold morning for me too, Taz. It's really cold today. El Cobra Commander, and yeah. That's everyone so far. So now that we've briefly talked about pirates, naturally the next thing we've got to talk about is castle. So I'm gonna go to a brick set and do the Lego castle because in my opinion, Castle and Pirates has the best lore with all the minifigures, and I apologize to all of the classic space fans out there, but in my opinion, they don't have as much lore as Castle or Pirates, just because there weren't as many named characters. I don't think there was any named characters. And this is the most iconic castle set of all time, in my opinion, the Yellow Castle. Look at that bad boy right there. Let's get a picture of the Yellow Castle. 14 minifigures. 14. Yeah.
That was back when they didn't hold out on the minifigures.
So
No,
true.
they did not. They did not skimp out. So, Jeff, do you have any nostalgia towards Castle or Pirates?
Yes, I do actually both. I don't have Yellow Castle, but I do have the Knight's Castle, the Black Falcon's Fortress, King's Castle. Let's see what else do I have. I've got a lot of the older castle, and then Pirates. Yeah, I've got a ton. I've got the Black Seas Barracuda, Eldorado's Fortress, the new one and the old one. Yeah, I collect them. They're awesome.
How do you like that new
and,
one, Jeff?
and if there's anything, yeah, and if there's anything relevant you have to say about what we're highlighting, feel free to jump in and start a conversation, Jeff, because you've been a little bit quiet. I'm sorry if we're moving on too quickly.
Oh,
but
no,
anyway, this was
fine.
1978. This was
Yeah.
1978, so the minifigure horse wasn't invented until the Grey Castle era. This is still the Yellow Castle era. And for those who don't know, this is what classic castle was the Yellow Castle era. Because if you go back and look at the Lego minifigure history book and the Lego history book by DK Publishing in 2009, they called the Yellow Castle era Classic Castle.
And if anybody's curious, I just checked on Bricklink. The average price for one of those, there's none new for sale. There's about 30 used ones for sales, and the average price is $375 for that set right now.
That's not bad, I feel.
No, I agree with something that old. I would expect it to be far more.
Especially with Castle and how people have gone back into it all of a sudden, which is good. Not complaining. It's good, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
And I must say, these styles of visors for the jousters are probably the most interesting helmets Lego's ever made, in my opinion. They've got the very loose hanging ends on them, and these were the thin chin strap classic space helmets. And the tassel up top here looks like a Pegasus wing. That's what it reminds me of. I'm not sure if they were inspired by Pegasus from ancient Greek mythology, but that's definitely what that shape reminds me of, that tassel, because they didn't have the feather plume and tassels back in 1970. It didn't come around in 1984, and we'll get those.
See a big Nate.
And also they had much different designs for the capes back then. So what you'll notice is that for the 4 invading kingdoms that were invading, actually, were there 4 or 5? Can't remember. But there were the jousters, and they were accompanied by a knight. And the stickers in here really help, because the shields, because this was 1978, I believe those flags and all these shields were just stickers, and any printings on the torsos were also stickers. I'm just gonna readjust myself, because they didn't do. I don't think they did any printing on the torsos until 1981.
And
So
Mayo,
it's very hard to find these shields in new condition.
Mayo, I just went on flipped on the inventory on Bricklink, and it does have a sticker sheet. And you are correct. Everything that went on, like the breastplates, those are all stickers. The shields are stickers. The flag was everything stickers.
Yeah. Now, this is called the Knights Joust. I believe in North America it was called the Knights Tournament. And this is Castle minifigures, but I believe in North America this was the Knights. Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. No, that's different. This is the Knights Procession. Look how basic these stickers for those shields are. That's such a basic, almost a Monty Python style shield pattern, because a Monty Python came out in the 70s, and this was, I mean, in my opinion, these minifigures look a lot like the knights from Monty Python.
Well, and that cart reminds me of Bring Out Your Dead.
And I think they made a similar cart like this in that weird. Was it the Texas Rangers set from 1977? Anyway, I forget. Yeah. This is where Castle started getting really good. We moved on from the Sky and the Grass boxes with the classic Castle and with the yellow Castle, and we moved over to the nice Legoland yellow boxes for the grey Castle. And this is where we see the introduction of the minifigure horse, and you can see a significant upgrade in the helmet design for the jousters, and the Falcon's shield and the Cruiser's shield. Glorious. And we can see the introduction of the feather plumes. And a lot of them included the three feathered plumes for their helmets. You'd hardly ever see the medium-sized one feather. They did not do this very often. I've actually never seen an official Grey Castle era jouster wearing this tassel before. I've never seen that. That was very uncommon. Very basic. And let's come down here. This is a lot of people. I know a lot of people have nostalgia for this. The catapult.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I've got that one.
And Richie, you'd probably know more about this than me, but I have no idea why the first year. Well, no, I have no idea why the Black Falcons use green and white flags instead of black and blue flags. I have no idea.
If I can be honest with you, Mayo, I am.
You don't know either?
I am beyond. I am not an expert in Castle whatsoever. I know about like the themes that were coming out when I was a kid, but other than like for Castle, but classic Castle, I think it's cool, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah, it's just I always found that really confusing.
But who you should check out for Castle content is Bricking Up Brad. He
Exactly.
makes some fantastic videos. Great guy too. Did you get a chance to meet him at Brickworld, Mayo?
Yes, because I just wanted to tell him how much of a fan of Tavern Talk I am.
Hey, give me one
Because
second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I know that Brigzar has done reviews of most of these vintage castle sets. Got the blacksmith, and they just used the brown cape as an apron. Got the red furnace right there, and looks like he's putting together a wagon wheel, and that's a harness for the horse right here, because you can see there's another wagon wheel on this side. And what you could do is, so he's black smithing together these wagon wheels right here to attach it to this harness that he's built with these axles, so he can get his horse to pull him around in this cart. I think that's funny. And yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff. This is the Knight's Castle you were talking about, Jeff.
Yes.
So what's your nostalgia for the Knight's Castle?
Well, that was a time when I had 2 paper routes as a kid, and so I had a lot of disposable income, to be honest. And I just really enjoyed the castles. I had a good friend that his name was Mark, and he really enjoyed Castle as well. I guess we had like kind of like an unofficial race to see who can get as many as possible. And he bought the Black Falcon's Fortress, which came out about the same time, and I bought this one here. But then I ended up getting the Black Falcon's Fortress a couple months later. But I really like it because I love how it has those hinge bricks in there so that you can actually like bring out the walls and make it longer. And also, if you had a second or third one, you could actually connect them together. I really liked how they did that whole entire setup. And plus the panels, I think they were 1x5 by 5. I think they were.
Yes.
Those are really cool. I really like those. In fact, on Bricklink for a while there, whenever I ordered off anybody, if they had a couple of them, I picked them up, included them in my order, even though I don't really have a use for them. That's how much I like them.
And this was the bigger castle right here.
Yeah.
This was the king's castle. And this is a lot of people's favorite of all time, but no, not for me. The Black Knight's castle is personally my favorite.
Jeff, I gotta ask you a question then. Were you a Lego fan like before 1978?
Um,
I'm just curious, like kind of like how you like if you were a fan, like kind of how it was like being a fan in the time, like when minifigures hit the scene, you know, and like all of a sudden everything changed.
Well, I got my first set in 1979.
Okay.
And I've never had a Dark Age. I've always collected them, always had them out. And it was really interesting. I remember, I mean, you know, Toys R Us doesn't exist in the US anymore, but I used to love going to Toys R Us to the point where in the strip mall with Toys R Us was a fabric store, and my mom loved going to fabric stores. So every time she wanted to go to, and I don't remember the name of the place anymore, it was just like a little mom and pop shop thing. But whenever she went, I'd go with her just because I knew that she would let me walk over to Toys R Us by myself, even though I was only like 8 or 9. Of course, that was back in the day when no one cared when the 8 or 9-year-old did that. And so, you know, I would go there, and you remember the old flip-top lids, and they had a couple of the minifigures and some of the cool pieces on the little plastic thing on top. Oh, man. I was a kid in a candy store watching, you know, going in there and just kind of daydreaming, flipping open that box. And you know, it was just really cool in that time. And it was before Bricklink too. So, and eBay. So, you know, there was no real way to get extra pieces except for occasionally on the back of the little catalog thing, they had like a little 1 or 2 page order thing. And sometimes you could get accessories through that. But that was the extent of our extra pieces that we could get back then. And it was really interesting growing up in that time.
Yeah, it's
I remember-
Toys R Us still exists. It's in the Macy's.
I remember when they had those flip-top boxes, when I was a kid, I would spend probably half hour in the Lego aisle. Like, no questions asked. Easy peasy. Just looking at them all.
Yeah. And this set, The Guarded Inn, was actually one of the ones that was released in Lego Legends. And they took a poll like 10 years ago. And this won the poll for people's favorite castle sets.
I love it. I mean,
my favorite, but it's nowhere near my favorite, but it's definitely a top 10.
Well, I definitely like the red panel with the black stripes on it. I think that looks really awesome.
Yeah, me too. And they recolored that for this other set you have nostalgia for, Jeff, the Black Falcon's Fortress.
Yep,
Because that's got the yellow instead of the black.
That yellow panel right there. I only have one of those sets, but I've got about 4 of those panels because I'm a sucker for whenever going to garage sales, online, eBay things. I don't do eBay too much anymore, but I've bought a lot of used bulk, and I've just found a couple in there.
Have you seen what that panel goes for by itself on Bricklink?
I haven't. I can look it up real quick.
See what it is. See if it's not like $20-something.
Well, I won't sell any of mine, I promise.
Now we're getting into the Forestman. The Forestman is my favorite castle faction for obvious reasons. because I not only do I think the Forestmen are the best castle minifigures they've ever made, but I really like Lego foliage, and so they went gun ho with the Lego foliage.
Jeff, I gotta ask this question. I don't want to be devil's advocate, but I have to ask. Right? So
Okay.
you said that you get into Lego in 1979, right? So that's a year
Yeah.
after the minifigure comes out. If there are no minifigures, do you think you're still getting into Lego in 1979?
Yeah, actually, I have some of the original minifigures where it's a police set. And
like the before, yeah.
Yeah, and they have arms, but they don't move. They're just like on the sides.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think their feet was just a 1x2 brick, if I remember right. I've got a few sets. In fact, kind of an embarrassing set. It's really stupid, I think, but I still have it. It's called The Bathroom, and it's got one of those large figures, with the big old heads, and it's a grandma, and it's got a little kid in the bathtub.
Oh
And
yeah, I know that one.
Is it one of the homemaker sets?
I think so. And the base plate's really weird. It has like just a 2 stud around 3 sides, and the rest.
That'd be for the homemaker sets. They had the maxi figures in them.
Yeah, and to answer the other question, that yellow panel sells for new. It's about $9. If you have a new one, it's $21.
Yeah.
That's not
So
too bad.
I went to Bricklink years ago and I bought this guy because I like the merchant Forestmen the best. For some reason, I think the bibbed Forestmen look a little bit cheesy. I like the merchant's torso much better with the belt and the little pouch with the gold coins. But the black bibbed one is so expensive. Much like the black classic spaceman, this is so expensive.
Yeah.
It's really expensive. I believe those sell for like $80 a pop, which is crazy. And something I always found funny when Briggsar reviewed the Knights Challenge, which is a joust set, is that supposed to be a beer keg right there? That's a beer keg. They put a
So
beer
I
keg
actually really
in a
like
Lego
that set.
set.
That's one of my favorite castle sets right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Got the-
so I just looked at that black bibbed guy, and used his average price is $63, and there's 41 of them for sale, and then brand new, there's only one in the world, and it's selling for $900.
What?
I swear, you can look it up right now.
I feel sick hearing that.
And a macro bricks, if you're still in the chat, a brick set crews them Crusaders. Look at that, they're Crusaders.
I got a couple of those guys. Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
maiden
so
with the necklace. I got
peasant-
that one.
The peasant is there to sell beer, and the maiden is supposed to be the trophy wife. And this is the Forestman's hideout, which was remade into that gift with purchase.
Yeah.
I like that these came
That was
with the deer shields. And I always found it cute
We
that
all
they
know that
included the
set.
vines. I always found it cute that they included the vines for the minifigures. Just, kind of hang around, literally, but crash. Hang around. The Black Monarch's castle. A lot of people really like this. I like it because of the black wall elements.
And that's one of those that I always wanted to get, but it slipped away from me. Never got it.
And
It's only a quick eBay purchase away, Jeff.
yeah. And so this was the first castle for the Black Knights from 1988. I preferred the Black Knights castle a lot better. Kind of go go through some of these. This is the Forestman's River Fortress. But I am going to pay attention to the Forestman stuff just because there's not a lot of the Forestman sets.
Well, if you guys,
I always like this because it's on a river.
if you're curious on the price for the Black Monarch's castle, there's 51 of them used for sale for $311. And well, you're gonna need some Vaseline to hear this next number. New, there's only 3 in the world, and the average price is $3,887.
For which one?
Smoke that castle.
Yeah,
the Black
Monarch.
Knights one.
Yeah, Black Monarch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that one. Jeez.
Oh, I remember that ghost.
How do we feel about the ghosts being brought into castle?
I'm a little bit,
Yeah,
you know, I never really liked the fantasy elements like the ghosts and the dragons, or the concept of spell binding and wizardry being in castle. I never really liked that, in my opinion. But I've always been fascinated with the Black Monarch's ghost simply because it glows in the dark. And I'm guessing this was supposed to be a little shack for the Black Knights, and this guy is coming in to retrieve something. Maybe this is a halfway spot in between a destination for the Black Knights if they're trading with someone, and he's trying to get I don't know, an apple or something, and the ghost comes out of there and scares him, so he runs away on his horse, and they've got the all grey parrot right there. That was always an interesting inclusion, in my opinion. The grey parrot.
And I think that's when the brown poop piece was invented.
Hey,
We got
OBG,
the-
good to see you, man.
Got the brown doors right there.
Hey,
It's
old
really
brick
nice.
guy.
Hello, old brick guy. Yeah, so
And
very
also
nice.
Hello to Lego and
I've
Tank
always been fascinated with the Black Monarch ghost.
and Lego Team B. Hello, Lego Team B.
And this is Briggs's most nostalgic Forestman sets, the Forestman River Crossing. And so
What a great set.
I remember when Mikey J Productions was trying to corner the market on those on Bricklink, the rope bridges. They were also seen in some of the 1989 pirate sets. The rope
They're
bridges.
in the Islander in some of the Islander sets.
Yeah, because this
in your
was
favorite
used
one.
on both the Enchanted Island and the Forbidden Island
Yes.
in Pirates. And I believe Rock Island Refuge, which we skimmed over in Pirates.
So,
And if
You're
you
right.
couldn't tell, and if you couldn't tell, I did kind of skim over Pirates because I'm just not as into Pirates as other
As
other things. But
so Lego Team B brought up a question or just a statement, but that kind of brings up a question. Do you consider Monster Fighters a castle theme,
no,
even though they got a castle and everything?
No, it's different. It's a vampire's castle.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But then again, with castle, I mean, going to including the Fright Nights and that kind of thing towards the end, you know, what's not to say? How can you say it isn't castle? You know, anything's castle.
now getting into the Wolf Pack. This is another significant one. Wolf Pack Tower. Slugger. No, sorry, not Slugger. Bricking Up Brad briefly talked about this when he was doing his last live podcast. And this is crazy. This is crazy expensive. Over $1,600 for new condition. That's crazy. And the Black Monarch's ghost. It's got the nice wolf shield.
I've got that. That's I got that in a garage sale find. I was pretty stoked.
And in my opinion, this is the best castle of all time, the Black Knight's castle. You've got the raised base plate, got the yellow wall, you've got the big flags, you've got the really beefed up portcullis. You've got a ton of the black castle wall elements. You've got 12 minifigures and 4 horses and you got the Black Monarch's Ghost. And I forgot that they included a wolf pack in here. You've got 4 horses. 4 horses.
Is this one of the first castles that have a base plate?
No. The King's Mountain Fortress up here was back here. If I go back, where's the King's Mountain Fortress? It was around here somewhere.
I think that may have been when I stepped out. You're all right. You don't have to go all the way back.
The King's Mountain Fortress was the first one with a raised base plate.
Gotcha.
And this was for the Crusaders. This was for the Crusaders. So you see that a lot of sets included the Black Monarch's Ghost. I want to highlight the parts list. If we go down just a little bit, probably have to go down to the end. Actually, no, this isn't showing the raised base plate.
The Black Monarch's Ghost got its own set.
Yeah, it got its own set, and it was included in a whole bunch of other small sets. So there was a variety of ways to get your hands on the Black Monarch's Ghost, big or small. Like one of them, the Ghostly Hideout. And people were saying this is the set that might be that Dragon Masters with the purchase, the Magic Shop.
Oh, the new GWP that's coming out. Supposedly we are supposed to get that something similar to that in a GWP.
What if we just don't get it though? What if they gave us the Blacktron twice and they're like, okay, there you go.
Hope you're happy.
Magisto with the glow-in-the-dark wand and the scroll right there. Another inclusion of the Grey Parrot.
No, I like that dark gray bird because it makes for great decoration on some buildings.
This was.
They say that might be the GWP too.
This is also a candidate for that new Dragon Masters gift with purchase.
I would like us to see that wolf pack set as a GWP, the one that Richard found at a garage sale.
Yeah, the wolf pack tower.
That would be a great GWP.
The wolf pack tower would be a cool $500 threshold gift with purchase, in my opinion.
500. It's only It's only a matter of time before they start doing 300 GWP thresholds. We got 200 in January.
They did that. They did that Eiffel's apartment gift with purchase for the Eiffel Tower. That was a $550 set.
Wait, couldn't you buy that on its own though? With you didn't have to buy the Eiffel Tower, right? Or did you?
Yes, you had to buy the Eiffel Tower.
Seriously, that's the only way you could get that.
And this was the first time we got. This was the first time we got the dragon.
Yeah, I remember
in a set, which is why it's significant. And also, this was a brick built dragon head, and it could swivel, and so this was just. In my opinion, the fire-breathing fortress is a little bit overrated because it's really just a cage. It's really just a cage on a hill for the dragon. It's really not that much of a fortress. And so clearly there are a lot more castle sets than pirate sets, which is why we're going to skim over a lot of this stuff.
Can I be honest with you guys? I think that Classic Castle peaked with the Forestmen and the Wolfpack era. I think it was great with Black Falcons was handed out of the park. Then you do great with Forestmen and Wolfpack. And then towards the end, it's what are we doing, folks? I don't know. With the whole magic thing, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, no.
I agree with you on that.
Because I do see the transitioning of eras when they came out with the Royal Knights in 1995.
Bad.
Well, you know that wizards and stuff were part of like castles. Is that what you were saying? That when it got to like magic?
Well, I know it's part of castle, but I just feel like it kind of like got out of hand a little bit too quick. Like originally, like some like the like you start throwing in the ghosts here and there. It's a little weird, and then a few years later, then all of a sudden you have the Fright Nights, and it's like, what's going on here? Like, what?
The Fright Nights. The Fright Nights have good minifigures, but really bad sets.
Because honestly, I'm of the belief that like after like Classic Castle had their like great initial probably 6-7 year run, Castle was still good, but that it wasn't great again until like the Fantasy era. I'm sorry, bold statement, I know, but you look you look at those sets in the early 2000s and you tell me that those are good Castle sets, you're lying. I'm sorry.
No. And this was, I believe, the first time we got an actual king. And that's a pearl. That's a chrome gold crown right there. And I don't know why, but to paraphrase the Brick Show, I always found the color scheme very psychedelic with the Royal Knights. I never really liked them, to be honest. Just I think because there's too much color in these minifigures, and I don't know, the Royal Knights Castle, it just feels a little bit more clunky. I don't know why, because it's very hard to explain it, in my opinion. Brick Show also reviewed the Hemlock Stronghold. And the Dark Forest theme was only available in North America. This is by far the best set, the Dark Forest Fortress. There's a Lego Castle YouTuber I watch called Karma Brick Creations. He is always doing mocks on this base plate. He's always doing mocks on that base plate.
Send me his link later, Mayo. I'll check him out.
Yeah.
I love seeing people do
what I'll
mocks
do is I'll
with
bring
these.
up a link for his YouTube channel, Karma Bricks Creations, because if
Even
there's
better.
any Lego Castle fan out there that wants to see people building Lego Castle mocks, you should definitely go subscribe to Karma Bricks Creations. We go get his link, and I'll let everyone stare in awe about how awesome.
Is that on YouTube or Instagram?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
I'll go get his YouTube channel right now.
Also, go subscribe to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. Just
thank you.
subscribed. And Richard, you're also on YouTube?
No, not yet. Very soon.
I know I have you on Instagram.
Yeah, very soon. I made a video and I just wasn't happy with it, so I'm gonna make another one. I kind of forgot a couple of things I wanted to mention and show more of. So I'm gonna redo it.
Sweet.
Yeah. Karma Weeks Creations. Command V. There we go. Yeah, so coming back here. Yeah, so these sets were only available in North America, and these were slightly modernized versions of the old Forestman. That torso's the same, but they added a whole lot more stuff, and they used the same caps from the Wolf Pack right there. Now we get into the Fright Nights, and it just starts to go.
Skip this, please.
No, look at there. You get to the best part, and now you want to tap out.
We get the Black Dragon.
You're in denial. You know you're wrong.
Yeah, got the Witch's wind ship. That's a nice one because it uses a dragon instead of an engine.
That is kind of cool, I will admit. It's so wacky, it's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys consider Ninja to be Castle?
Just very, very weird. Night Lord's Castle is probably the best. This is one that Buttchop owns, the Night Lord's Castle.
Isn't Buttchop a fan of this? The Fight
Yes,
Nights?
but Buttchop was going to be here, but he remembered he's got to go to his cousin's house. The Fight Nights I just never liked the design of the Fright Knights itself. Basil the Bat Lord is cool. Willa the Witch is cool, but the Fright Knights looked a little bit boring in my opinion. Like, how boring does this look?
The minifigs themselves, right?
Yeah, I mean it's realistic per se, but it just looks boring.
So this is one of the biggest problems I have is like when you get to like the late 90s and the early 2000s, Lego was like trying to like go like trying to like do way too much with their minifigures, especially with like face printing. Like if you look at like World City, like those figures have terrible, you know what I mean? Or Knights Kingdom 1. Knights Kingdom 1, those figures have terrible heads. Like what are you doing, Lego? You know, keep it simple, you know?
Yeah.
Because as everyone knows, World City is the best theme of all time.
Maybe if you're a train lover, maybe, but
yeah, no, I say that ironically because it's not.
I know.
Well,
And they got into the ninja stuff as well. This was pre-Ninjago. The ninja stuff was actually pretty cool. Trying to find the Flying Ninja Fortress. Samurai Stronghold, that was nice. Robbers Retreat and Stone Tower, that was good. Yeah, the Flying Ninja Fortress.
You know, one of the weirdest minifig faces I think are those Alpha Team faces.
Oh yeah.
Let's get some images of these ninjas right here.
Well,
I like the samurai hat. No,
the worst
no,
minifigure.
no. This is the samurai hat. This is the Shogun helmet.
What's that, Jeff? The worst minifigure? What?
The worst minifigure ever was a Jack Stone series, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that when we're talking about Galador and the city center. We're gonna get into that. I just want to brush over all these because like they're really bad. At least a lot of these are really bad in my opinion. From this whole at the mid 90s to the mid 2000s were just really bad. Yeah. Talking about how really bad. Cedric the Bull and King Leo were nice minifigures. I do gotta say. But like that is such a massive downgrade from a catapult that was released 16 years ago. This catapult is so lame by comparison. What a lame looking catapult. And this is and this was the first time we got officially named Lion Knights. The King Leo's Lion Knights. Like that's a really bad build. How is that a dungeon? That beats me.
Again, you
look
look at 2000s Castle. It was saved by Fantasy Era.
This is literally just a horse.
Go on minifigs, please.
And a wall. That's it. King Leo was really
Look at how ugly those faces are. Well, that other one is cool because that's Johnny Thunder's face, I think. But
yeah, that
King Leo, they're doing way too. Well, that's not even Johnny Thunder. It's worse than Johnny Thunder. Or Johnny Thunder's cool. That's bad. They're doing way too much with that.
Yeah. Yeah, really ugly faces. But I do gotta say, King Leo's castle is pretty good looking in my opinion. Even though it's a lot of big pieces, I do like all of the tower tops.
You know what's interesting is sometimes I'll look at sets nowadays, right, and I'll be like, "What went wrong, Lego?" But then on this stream tonight, I'm seeing some of the castle sets from the late 90s and the early 2000s, and I'm realizing that even back then, people were probably asking, what went wrong, Lego? So you know what? You know, it quality comes and goes throughout the ages, you know? That's what I'm looking at now. What up, Sidious? Yeah, it is Casual Friday.
We have shown off a lot of really good sets that all came before this era macro, and if anyone wants to see the heater sets, definitely rewind about 15 or so minutes into the show, and you'll see all of the heater sets. But we do have room for 2 more people if anyone from the live stream game wants to come on. And actually, Lee Mark, if you want to come on as well, we do have one more
He
spot.
has been Macro has been getting into vintage with the space sets. You seen that?
Yes, he has been. I asked if he wanted to come on and talk about some of those space sets, and he said that he had other things. The Bulls Attack is an okay set. I did like it. It was something different. Try to get some the minifigures. Is there? Yeah, there's Cedric. No, that's Cedric the Bull.
I did have
That's
books
Cedric
back
the
in the
Bull.
day with these characters made by like DK, like some little like children's books.
Yeah, that's Cedric the Bull.
What an ugly face.
It's an ugly face, but that's a really cool bull torso. They included a lot of chainmail in this stuff. Yeah, this was the Lego Legends version of the Guarded In, and this was originally a fan model. Yeah, because it was my own creation. That's what MOC stands for. And the Black Falcon's Fortress was also one of the legend sets. And Vintage Castle stops at Knight's Kingdom too. So anyway, let's go back and
Wait, you consider Knight's Kingdom 2 to be where Vintage Castle ends, like
yes,
with the beginning of that? Interesting.
yeah. So now I want to kind of stay in this era, and I want to go to Adventurers because you briefly talked about Johnny Thunder. How that guy has the Johnny Thunder's face. Where's Adventurers? The Adventurers theme.
It came out.
Yeah, so we start off with the Adventures in Egypt.
What was that? 97 that came out.
1998, and this is this guy had a couple different names. I prefer to go by Bowen von Bowen, which is what Brickset calls him. Bowen von Bowen. That's a cool minifigure right there. I really liked Bowen von Bowen.
Isn't that funny how they switch up Baron von Baron and Sam Sinister's names? Like they can't even get that
Yeah.
right.
It's really confusing. I don't know why. They included so many biplanes in this.
Well, can you go back up a little bit? Why does that one have the Shell gas station symbol on it? Was that like a Shell exclusive?
Because they were Shell promotional sets.
Okay.
You could buy them at gas stations, Jeff.
I don't remember that, but that's crazy.
There's like 8 of them, right, Mayo?
Yeah.
There's even some Fright Night ones.
That was one of the bigger ones. And there's our boy Johnny Thunder. Let's get the shot of Johnny Thunder right there. There's good old Johnny Thunder.
I just want to say that the hat they made for Johnny Thunder is perfect. You can put that hat whatever way you would like around his head and it still looks great. And it's like a perfect hat piece. I know because I've played around with it. And I've been like, he looks great whichever way I put the hat. I mean, it's amazing.
And let me try see something because we got the Adventurers sets.
So
right here.
I feel like the 90s
in the pamphlet.
So the 90s were before they ever franchised with any movies, and that's when they had their own kind of themes. Like, so for example, like Johnny Thunder was kind of like the Lego Indiana Jones before there was Lego Indiana Jones. And the same thing with like pirates and castles and stuff. It's like, you know, it was pirates before it was Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. And so
and Star Wars didn't come out till 1999.
Yes, sir. Licensed Lego themes that are placed on licensed themes.
Yep.
Even like Fantasy Era Castle. That's why I wouldn't be surprised that they ended Fantasy Era Castle too, is because all of a sudden then Lord of the Rings shows up, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or even Dino. Like Dino 2010 the 2012 Dino theme was literally just there to create new molds for Jurassic World sets that were to come. I mean,
Yep.
like, why else would Lego create brand new dinosaur molds for a one-wave theme? Exactly.
Yeah. And also, Jeff, what you'll notice is that this is the same base plate just recolored from the Poolside Paradise.
Yeah, just different color. Yeah.
Yeah. They use those same tent pieces in the later Indiana Jones sets. There's Lord Sam Sinister right there. There's Baron von Baron. There's Dr. Kilroy, Dr. Charles Lightning, Professor Arcus, whatever the name you want to give him. There's Gale Storm, Linda Lovely, or Pippin Reed. And would you believe that Johnny Thunder in some regions was also called either Sam Grant or Joey Freeman? Would you believe that?
Huh.
That Johnny Thunder.
I wonder if that's because they did like tests and they found out different names. People liked it better in different regions.
I think it's miscommunication between the different regions. I put it on miscommunication. And I believe they repurposed these coffins for the Han Solo carbonite. Just change up the mold ever so slightly. They changed these to fit the Han Solo carbonite. For all of you Star Wars fans out there, the Temple of Anubis. This is my favorite Adventurers set. Temple of Anubis. You got the hot air balloon with the net on top here, and you got the ranch style fence pieces used as the wooden planks for this pickup. This pickup truck right here. He's transporting a bush. That's a little bit weird.
How do you feel about the blimp that came in this theme? Not that hot air balloon, but that adventurer's blimp.
Oh,
That
the
had
expensive
some
one?
cool packaging.
Is around. Also did the jungle. This is the event. This is Adventures in the Amazon. Right here.
That Amazon set's expensive.
We're getting into Amazon. Yeah, and I forget the names of the Amazon characters.
That was almost like a jungle version of Islanders.
Exactly, the expedition balloon right here.
There it is.
I love that.
I
It's
do.
a little cheesy, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
think
really like
because I think this is Senor Palomero, and there's another guy called Rudo something something. I forget their names. Is it? I think it's here somewhere. Oh no, that's Max Villano. But there was really weird names, and the pilot's name was Harry Kane.
Yep.
That was a precursor to England's greatest association football scorer ever.
Well, that balloon piece is selling for $93 on Bricklink. There's only 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a really cool
It's
balloon.
actually, believe it or not, Jeff, it's actually highly sought after.
Man.
And the better shape it is with the stickers and no dents, because it gets dented up pretty easy.
Okay.
Those stickers wear out so easily. Yeah, and this is the biggest one, the Amazon Ancient Ruins. That's also got the rope bridge, Mikey J, and you got the same raised base plate from the King Leo's castle. This is a very colourful temple right here. It's kind of ugly, in my opinion.
I love the villain of this sub theme. I forget what his name is, but
Yeah. Now we're getting into the Dino Island, and I always thought these were really bad. I'm sorry, I thought they were really bad.
they're
And
a
I
bit
have no
odd.
idea why they called this guy Sam Sinister. It's Baron von Baron. The other guy with the top hat is Lord Sam Sinister.
Tell him, Mayo.
That's Lego for you. isn't that funny that like back in the day, like we used to have these like there was no lore. Nowadays, it feels like every unlicensed theme is packaged with a TV show and or video game where like they force the lore on you. It's kind of funny. I don't know.
Dino Research Compound was the biggest of the Dino Island. This is so bad. I really don't like this. I really don't like this.
Believe it or not, these sets they got a big fan, like a fan base. There's people who actually really like that dino stuff.
They literally called this one China Girl. What the hell?
Yeah, I saw it the other day. I was like, what the heck? That's wrong. That's so bad.
Her actual name is Jing Li. I don't know why they just didn't call this Jing Li. Yeah, but the Orient Expedition is really cool, but it's not vintage. So with that being said, let's move over quickly to space. Actually, no. So let's go to Aquazone.
Oh,
let's go to Aquazone. This is for Cranium right here. Let's go over the Aquazone.
Speaking my language.
Good night, Blueberry. Good night, Nate.
Night, Mr. Blue.
Good night, the other Nate. Good night, everyone else who's already left. Yeah. So we got the Aquanauts and the Aqua Sharks. This is stuff that, like, you are very interested in all of this stuff from blocks to blocks. So I'm sure you have a lot to say about the Aquazone as we're skimming through this.
Yeah, pretty much. When I was a kid, this was my favorite theme. I thought this was one of the coolest things, is to have like a whole underwater theme. I thought that was pretty cool. Not your everyday theme.
The trans neon orange with the printed shark head. Got the actual shark. We got all of these 3M finger hinged clips.
Yep. This is when they started introducing those magnets. Besides the train.
You got the magnets right there. We've got the claw. We got the hypercrystal.
Yeah.
But that's the chrome.
Something like that.
That's the chrome silver. We got the red. We got the red underbush pieces, and this red underbush piece was used in green with the Western sets, which we're going to take a look at after this. Going to go through all of the mid-90s. So this, then Western, then time cruisers.
This is the bad guys. So the Aqua Sharks are the bad guys.
That's one of the more noticeable ones. This is also pretty good in my opinion. The Crystal Explorer sub.
I thought this was one of the coolest sets when I was a kid too, especially with that compass piece.
Yeah, got the compass up there that actually works.
It does.
A whole bunch of different printed elements. Got this bubble canopy, and we got the octopus right there.
I think that's when they introduced the octopus for this theme.
That's what the Aquanauts looked like. And actually, we'll go back to the deep sea predator and take a look at what the Aqua Shark looked like. There we go.
That's one. They got different minifigs too.
Yeah, and everyone's favorite, the Neptune Discovery Lab. You own three of these sets.
I do. Look
Man,
here.
I would love to have this.
Look here. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a stack of all the base plates that I have for that.
I should be going through some of this stuff. I'm going to go through some of this stuff afterwards, but yeah, on my own time. But I should have done that with the other things. This was always really weird, in my opinion. They use wheels.
I've got two of them, but they are weird.
They used the wheels.
They did come with this weird base plate too. I don't know if you can see that. That set came with this base plate, which has no studs on it, but that ship was supposed to go inside here, and it looked like blue crystals.
And we've got the aqua accessories. I've always wanted this because of all the cool pieces in here. You got the shark, you got 2 bushes, you got the octopus, got the hypercrystal, and you got 2 minifigures. And I always thought this was loosely inspired by Austin Powers, the Spy Shark.
This was before Austin Powers.
Yeah, maybe Austin Powers was inspired by this.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
Then we got Shark's Crystal Cave. This was kind of a mess there, but we got the blue version, the water version of the classic space craters.
I feel like they threw together. I do have 2 of them, but I do feel like they threw that set together. That was supposed to be like the Aqua Shark's base, and it's not really a base.
And then they came out with these weird Aqua Raiders in 1997. This was this, I believe it only had these 3 sets right here. It was a weird third faction.
I actually have that. I have that Crystal Scavenger. I don't have the Dozer, and I don't have the other one, which is like a big scorpion, but or whatever that other one is. But yeah, I have that one. They make them with those translucent parts, so when you put them under the blue lights, they glow like no tomorrow.
Yeah, this is the same as the Blacktron 2
green that translucent
canopies. And you see a lot of these octagonal pieces were used here for the pipes.
So if you go to that Aqua Shark big set that we were talking about before, that I said was kind of like a hodgepodge.
This was always an awkward design, in my opinion.
Click on the minifigs though. Check out.
Yeah, let's see the minifigs. What they looked like. They were a little bit different because these look very similar to the Explorians. Macro, if you're still here, we mentioned the word Explorians.
You see how they have the hook there, like the pirate hook in the translucent color though?
Trans neon green hooks. Then we move on to the Hydronauts and the Stingrays, and I was never crazy about these. I was never crazy about the Hydronauts or the Stingrays. This is the big Stingrays set to Sea Scorpion.
It's actually is that the big one, or is there another? There's another one bigger than that. And
no, there was
Scorpion too.
There was a base. Excuse me. Then this one was always weird in my opinion too.
It is.
It's just
and they got away. Go ahead.
It's a lot of these Hydronauts and Stingray sets are really awkward designs.
They got away with the chrome spears in these ones too. See how it's got like the chrome lights and stuff like that, and there's still chrome pieces, but they don't have the chrome knives and the chrome spears in this version of AquaZone.
The daggers are gone.
Ayo, gentlemen. I apologize, but I'm going to have to head out now. I had a blast talking with you guys. Mayo, if you're going to do this again in like the fall, like when football season rolls around or whenever, let me know, man. I'm always down to talk old Lego. Hashtag AFools Unite.
Exactly.
So
hashtag AFools Unite, everybody.
Thank you for including me on here. I just have to do some other stuff right now. So it was great chatting with you. I see Jeff has stepped away, but it was great chatting with you, Jeff. Richard, likewise. Mayo, as always, I love to geek out on this stuff with you. So I'm looking forward to watching the rest of this on replay. And yeah, because I don't know, I've been enjoying hearing your guys' thoughts, and unfortunately, I just have to head out now.
All right, buddy. It was good talking to you too, Richie.
Take care, guys. I'll see you around, and I'll catch you on the replay. And everyone in chat, have a great night.
And where can we find you on social media?
Okay, I am at youtube.com/OurToyWorld. New video coming out at 10:30 Central tomorrow morning. I am on Instagram at our_toy_world. I'm on Twitter at Our Toy World and on TikTok at Our Toy World. So thank you. There's my shameless plug, and have a great night, folks.
All right, buddy.
Take
Night,
care.
man.
Yeah, so we're going to continue thinking out about this. This is actually an all right, because I like the way that they put the big ugly rock pieces on top of this base plate.
Yeah, I do too.
I believe this is the same base plate from the Neptune Discovery Lab, just different color.
Oh, then it's two. The Neptune Discovery Lab has two base plates to make one big one. I tell you what, I wish, like, you see the helmets, you see the translucent green that they did the helmets in. I wish they would have kept that in the base and on the ships, but they did that darker green, like that, like space green, and it just doesn't glow like that.
I gotta say, I do like the Hydronauts, the designs of the minifigures better than the actual sets.
I like that chrome chest piece on those.
And so that was Aquazone. Now we're going to go to Western.
Oh, hey, on your way back out, go to that oh, you know what? No, I already showed it to you. I'm pretty sure I already showed it to you. Or wait, no. Go to that the large Aqua Shark set. It's the Aqua Shark no, the one past that one, a little bit past that one. Keep going. It should be right there. The Crystal Cave. Click the minifigs on that one. Yeah, you see they gave him a hook on this set too. The other guy.
Right there.
Yep. So that's when they started giving him a hook like he was a pirate.
Now let's go to, actually, I think it's actually called Wild West.
Yep.
No?
Western.
The box art called it Wild West, but for some reason everyone calls it Western instead. I loved these freaking things, but I'm just not a big.
I just got.
I have no interest in collecting any of these.
I just got that covered wagon the other day.
One to include the Dynamite, and
Yep.
Quick Show reviewed this.
This is the first time they actually put out realistic guns.
Exactly, because they came out with the rifles and the revolvers.
Yep. And then what's cool about that set right there is the playability. You take that dynamite piece and you slide it in, and it knocks a spring loose that blows that wall out.
Yeah, because there was a spring-loaded piece in here. You'd slide the dynamite tile in, and then it just explode like boom.
Yep.
Yeah, and they included a lot of the tan base plates.
Yeah, and those were actually half a base plate. Like, I think I got one around here somewhere.
The Bandit Secret Hideout was another one the Brick Show reviewed.
And that one has a pretty cool base plate also.
Honestly, this is probably my favorite Western set. I like this better than Fort Lego Rado.
Fort Lego Rado has a really weird footprint, the way that it's built. It's way larger than just a single base plate.
And also, this comes with a curved road, but it's tan and it's got the tire tracks from the wagon wheels. And these comes with really good minifigures. You've got the cavalry. You got Flatfoot Thompson. No, sorry. Yes, Flatfoot Thompson, Black Bart, and Joey Cheatham.
If you look at the front of that set, what it has is it's actually booby trapped. It's got like a rope that you see the horse that's getting tangled up on, and when that breaks free, it lets the cannon, and the guy rides the cannon out.
Yeah, because there's train tracks in there that the cannon cart rolls on.
Yep.
And you can't have a Western town without Gold City Junction. I freaking love this set.
The wagon's
Thank you,
one of my
General
favorites.
Store.
I have this. I love it.
Yeah. The bank and the general store, and of course Fort Lego Raider, which was remade in the Lego Legends theme, but this is the original. Look at all these cavalry soldiers in here. I don't know why people call these cavalry. They're not cavalry, they're cavalry. And this is the cowboy.
Yep.
I always liked the cowboy. I believe he had a name, but I forget his name. So cool. And this is the Colonel. He actually had the Cutlass logo on top there, and his belt buckle will, in fact, all of their belt buckles say US on
Yes.
them.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't notice this until our Slugger talked about that feature. And then we got the Indians, and I want to circle to two of them. Boulder Cliff Canyon. My God, what an awesome set!
Yeah. The teepees are so cool.
And it's a boulder cliff because we got the boulder rolling down the cliff. Look at these intricate printings on the horses. Got the canoe, we got the tree stump, we got the curved road with the river instead of the sand with the tire tracks. We got the totem pole, got a whole bunch of foliage, got a lot of big ugly rock pieces. And
Look
the
at that
minifigures
price.
for the Indians were so intricate. We got
Look
the
at that
medicine
price in
man.
Australian. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the new price. All these RRPs are for the US price. So the chief was not in here, but the medicine man was. Let's get a closer look at that. At the medicine man right here. That's a really intricate kind of fur headdress right there.
It's supposed to be like buffalo.
The skin of a buffalo. So that was Boulder Cliff Canyon, and the other one was Rapid River Village.
That's another cool one.
This one had 2 TPs and 2 base plates.
Yeah.
And this one comes with the Indian chief. Got similar terrain and that same river base plate, but we got two TPs and we got the chief in here. Really like the headdress on the chief. That is so cool. And this one also includes the medicine man. And I think, yeah, that was the... Oh, I didn't know they made a Legends of the Rapid River Village, but I knew
Or
they had
the
the
sheriff.
Sheriff's Lockup. Yeah. And so next time we do one of these vintage Lego streams, we'll have to talk about World City.
What's up,
Yes,
YOLO?
bring back the cowboy hats.
Yep.
When-
Hey, I'll
when-
be right back, Mayo.
Yeah,
I just
I'm
got to get
going-
something to drink. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to go find the time cruisers. Time cruisers. Very quickly. Actually, very quickly, I'm going to go back and I'm going to put some things into my wanted list while From Blocks to Mocks does some of that stuff. I'm going to put some stuff in my wanted list. From Castle, because I forgot to do this earlier. Gonna put a whole bunch of this stuff into my wanted list. Very quickly skim over some of these castle sets again. Where are we? Now onto the Forestman.
I'm back, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just quickly putting some stuff in my wanted list from Castle.
Hey, butt chop.
Hey, Butt Chop. Exactly. World City does suck. And if you do want to come on very quickly, Chopper, I know you said that you had to go to your cousin's tomorrow. There is an invitation in the live stream, gang, if you want to come on and geek out about those pamphlets really quickly before you have to go. That's interesting. Dreams
interesting.
comics at the Lego store. Wow.
Spinland's Cavern. What is that?
I have no idea.
Oh, he's
Just
already
putting
at his
some of this
cousin's.
stuff- Just putting some of these things in my wanted list very quickly. Yeah, now we'll go back to talking about time cruises. Move on to the time cruises. So point out the ones that you own.
I got that one, which Hypno Cruiser is actually really cool. So one thing that's pretty cool about all these sets is that when you roll it, so for example, you would put it on the floor or the table or whatever and roll it because it's got wheels. All the propellers and everything spin on it. So it's actually got like functions to it.
Yeah. Got the Ice Planet helmet. You got Spinoza the monkey.
Yeah.
You got you got these hypnotherapy dishes from Freestyle. Got these jet engines from Lego Town. Got the helicopter rotor from Lego Town. Got the hose piece from Lego Space. You got the dragon's wing from Castle. You got the forestman's helmet. You got the pirate captain's hat.
It even goes as far as having Technic in there.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of Technic pieces.
And then we were talking about box art earlier. I always thought the box art on these were cool because it looks like it's moving through like a wormhole or a time. You see that's two of the same Hypno Cruiser with just a different number?
Yeah. It
Nice,
is,
Steve.
for whatever reason. Good night, Steve. And we do have Butt Chop back here.
What's up, Chuck?
Hey-o. Coming to you from the middle of Wisconsin.
And this is something I always like, the flying
Party
time.
City, USA.
Mhm.
I just
I
got
don't
that
have
set, Mayo.
I don't have that one. Did you already pass the ones I own?
Not quite sure.
I think we've
But
only
we-
done
but
one
we-
so far.
Yeah,
I have
but
the
now
time
that
train. I have the train.
we haven't gone through the Twisted Time Train yet. This has the Pirate's Bell, the Crow's Nest,
monkey.
Spinoza. You got the pirate captain's hat.
Timmy
That's
with a
dragon, a dragon
glow in
head.
the
It
dark
got
wand.
a crossbow. We got Crazy Eye Timmy holding the
Space planet.
the ice planet. And the magic wand.
Glow in the dark
We
wand.
got the blue. Got the blue do-wag. Got the castle pointed helmet. We got these things from Blacktron too. We got the train.
Are they
Metroliner.
yellow?
We got
Are those yellow?
the train being
Metroliner.
sent from the Metroliner, and this is from Aquazone.
So when you roll that, you see the wheels that it has on the bottom? When you
Yep.
roll it, the wings flap
Yeah.
and the propeller in the back spins.
Oh yeah. That chops everybody up. The propeller makes them into chum.
Exactly.
Shark bait.
This is one of my favorite too.
I wish I had this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I got two of them. I like them a lot.
But Bubba Brooks' wife, Kellen, has the set. We were gonna do a time cruisers mock with this set and do like a UCS version.
Have you seen the reimagination of this theme where somebody kind of modernized it and modernized all these sets to make them like more like a modern modular?
No, where can I find that?
I I would just go to Google and type in Lego Time Cruisers reimagined or revamped or something like that, and see what comes up, or redesign, and you'll see them. All of them, you can recognize them instantly, but they look so cool.
Seeing something very quickly. Yeah, I'm just messing around. Anyway.
The play features on all these sets are so cool. I always thought.
This one's got the palm tree, and the boat, and there's Crazy Eye Timmy again. There's King Kahuka's a helmet. I've got the trans neon orange.
This set actually comes with a small space robot too.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
Let's get some of the minifigures. Let's take a look at Crazy Eye Timmy. There's Crazy Eye Timmy. I love Crazy Eye Timmy. There's the robot right there.
Oh, he's cool. He's got the head.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that robot head's exclusive to that set.
Oh, hit the parts. Click on the parts for that robot.
And there's Dr. Cyber. I always liked how he's got the bow tie right there.
Click on the parts for that robot. Oh.
Yeah, that's just the parts list.
You can click on.
Don't think there's any parts here. Or is it at the bottom?
How's my audio going?
You're good. It's good. We can hear you. Yes, this robot was exclusive to this set.
Yeah, but
because of the minifig head, because he's
what's
like
the
a
set
flying
number on
robot.
We can go to the minifigure head.
What
and
set
see.
is that number?
Oh, the set. I don't have the box here in front of me.
No, the number.
Yeah. What's I got the instructions somewhere.
Oh, it's not showing here.
What's that
It
set
says
number,
it
Mayo?
says 64.94.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
This is by far the best Time Cruisers set. I absolutely
That's
love
just a
this.
fun play set.
So this is done similar to how they do some kind of sets now, and those two end caps are hinged, so this can fold into like a full set, or you can open it up and it becomes like a dollhouse.
Yeah. It's a great play set.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And then that at the very front, you can see that where the robot is going into that red door, that's actually almost like a spaceship also. It pops you can pop it in and out of there. It comes out of those little blue feet underneath it.
Okay, I thought so. That robot head is from Spirius. That's what I thought. That robot head's in 6 sets.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's from that's the Spirius robot.
Oh, okay.
This is the Twisted Time Train. I really like this.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I need to make that into an actual train.
Yeah, with like
And
a power function.
This was a Time Twisters set. The Time Twisters were the bad guys in Time Cruisers.
Oh, I thought that was a regional differential.
No, they're the bad guys in Time Twisters. This guy uses the Maniac Fabrics torso and the yellow tablets from Pirates.
That he's the gay biker. Yeah.
I feel like one of these guys, I don't know if it's in this one or not, but they definitely look like they may have been from Germany in the early 40s.
Yeah. They're definitely
Yeah.
SS feel. An SS feel.
And we got the Fright Knight's shield.
Yep.
Right there, the Fright Knight's shield.
Representing Fright Nights.
Yeah, actually, we are going.
It's got the chrome for the headlights. It's got chrome.
Yeah.
That time tunneler
is here. We are going to go back to the Fright Nights just very, very quickly. Let's see if I can search for Fright Nights in here.
What's a
Yes.
Fright Night?
There it is.
now that Butt Chop's here, go back to the fright nights.
Useless. Flying machine, useless.
Do they have the shell set in this Fright Nights?
The what?
Yeah.
There was a shell set.
Yep.
You
The
could
cross. There was actually 3 shell sets for Fright Nights.
Yep.
Dragon and Butt Chop's favorite minifigure of all time.
Useless
Basil the
set.
Batlord.
They have so many little sets that are useless if you have the other set, the main sets. Oh yeah, Batlord.
I freaking love Basil the Batlord.
Yeah.
The little sets are for people who can't afford the big sets.
I know, but as an adult, they're useless. I have that Batlord's catapult, very useful.
Willa's
the wind ship. I've always thought that was cool.
Yeah, Mayo is from Australia. Indigo asked if I was talking to people from Australia. That's a good set.
Catapult right there.
2 knights and a useless cart.
I like the chrome sword.
Yeah.
I like when they used to use that chrome a lot.
It was always an awkward set in my
magic
opinion.
manor is weird. It's not
It is
really a
really
manor. It's like a cave with a rock thing that drops down. It's pretty lame.
Does it come with a wolf pack guy?
No, it comes.
It comes
with the Fright Nights.
It's a dark forest.
Yeah, that's a dark forest right there.
Oh, okay.
Dark Forest had 3 sets, but it was like Forestman meets Wolfpack meets like just peasants that rob you. And
what is that, like a witch's helicopter up top?
Yeah.
Because they're using it's kind of like that Leonardo da Vinci vehicle.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
With bat wings and brooms. It's kind of like I wouldn't call it the Magic Manor. It should be like the Cave of Poopy Rock. This is the best set in the Night Lord.
This is by far the best Fright Night set. The Night
I have
Lord's
this set.
Castle.
The Witch's Tower disconnects. You can like rearrange the castle in different ways. Like it's modular. I own this set. I paid $80, which is what it was retail when it came out. I paid $80 for it in 2019 with the box, complete with the box.
I like the horse armor.
Yep, and it's got the cloth flags.
Let's see if we can get to the minifigures here, because there's Willa the Witch
Yeah,
right
you
there.
get Willa, you get Batlord.
And for whatever reason, they like to include the Royal Knights in here.
Because
as
that was
well.
those were the protagonists at the time.
Yeah, because the Fright Knights were the bad guys.
But they were actually the good guys, because it turns out that those knights, those royal knights, they were corrupt and they were hurting a lot of people on the DL.
I was funny on the box that this guy is trying to attack the castle, but he's on this he's on this ledge about 20 feet or 25
Yeah, but that's a
feet
Fright Night.
in the air.
The Fright Knight's on the horse. The only good guy in the set has the halberd axe, and he's just down there hanging out in front. See, that's the only good guy in the set.
Richie said, "Damn, I miss talking old Lego with Shop." And then,
Richie,
you can always come back if you really want to.
We can do a sequel to this.
Yeah, we are definitely going to be doing.
I wonder if you can make out.
We are definitely going to be doing a sequel to this in September.
We can do the Reckoning, vintage Lego, the Reckoning.
We'll probably have to do this the first weekend of September.
We could probably do this for the 72. There's open slots. We can just take an open slot and do this.
Yeah. Can geek out about this and can register underneath our Toy World's name so it looks like it's something different.
Yeah. Richie, can we host it on your channel for the 72? I need to fill slots, bro.
Yeah.
I need some slot fillers.
the Night
Straight
Lord's
killers.
castle.
Vintage Lego. Straight killers.
That
Trader
sounds like-
It's always
transport.
weird because I don't
Sounds like
know if this is a
what?
raised base plate.
No,
or
it's a
what.
cave. It's a cave with no Lego connections at all to it. It's lame. And it goes for a lot of money.
It's really ugly.
That's
Yeah.
what I was telling you. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you about that AquaZone base plate that came with that one set in that.
It has no. That has no. That's a dumb thing. It has no connections. It's useless.
Oh look, there's those shell. There's those shell ones.
Yep.
Shell sets.
So the fire cart, the flying machine, which is also released at the top. So there's 2 releases of the flying machine. Fire cart is cool because you don't get back.
Well, what just happened?
I don't know. Did Chop cut out?
Well, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so I'm lucky that I'm getting this good. of a
Yeah, I'm in the middle of nowhere as well. Actually, I'm not in my house.
I'm in a different dimension.
Looks like we got a taker.
Even if it's a crappy time slot, just sign us up for part 2. Vintage Lego Nerds Unite and get beat up.
Hashtag AFOLs Unite.
Hashtag don't beat us up. We're sorry that we're so nerdy.
The
Oh, yeah,
treasure
treasure.
chest is cool.
Treasure cart's cool.
And now, since Butchop is here, we're gonna talk about the freestyle.
Freestyle is like the last stuff I bought before I went into Dark Age.
And so many of these do not have photos. Look at how ugly some of these things are.
Okay, those aren't cool, but the minifigure scale stuff was awesome.
I did have some freestyle pieces, I do gotta admit.
Oh, I had lots of the sets. I had the. Hold on, I'll tell you which ones I had. Oh, I don't know. You might have passed one. My daughter asked me to go to Instagram.
I think I had this.
Oh yeah, that's a hardcore. That's brutal. That's like grindcore cool. It's like a grindcore freestyle set.
Those
I had
look
that.
like they're
I had the
Happy
trial
Meal.
size bag. I had that one. Yep,
Did you buy those or did they come in Happy Meals?
I bought them. They were poly bags. They were on like the end caps.
Got you.
Wait,
I thought
no.
they-
Oh,
Those were like some of the
Just
first
like-
poly bags I saw at retail, and I thought they were the coolest things that you could buy poly bags.
I might have also had this. I can't.
Oh yeah,
remember.
that one's hardcore, dude.
But I remember having those flowers. I remember having this guy, and I remember having these printed eyes.
A lot of the Bloods and the Crips own that set.
But where's some of the bigger ones? Yeah.
We got to get past the preschool stuff. I had all
The ones that are
minifigures.
houses, because this is all 4+.
Yeah, dude, I was an adult, basically, so I had 4+. I think
Yeah.
I had this one. I had Girls Freestyle set. 4151 is one of the best sets ever made. I still have the box too. It was a tote box with a plastic top and a handle, so I could tote my girls set around, y'all.
Coolest kid
Yeah,
on
because
the
I was
block.
more interested in some of the freestyle houses.
Oh, I'd love to get that suitcase, with or without the parts. Man, I want that suitcase. If anyone's got that suitcase, hit me up, bro.
And I believe these are characters from Paradisa. Actually, actually let's go to the minifigs.
They did use a lot of parodies minifigure parts.
Yeah, let's go here and see. Yeah,
The
these are
old-
all
The
these are
old
all
pink fences are awesome.
Paradisa pieces.
Oh yeah, she's hot. Oh yeah, he's buff.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot.
No, that's a true way.
Where's some of the houses?
Yeah, they even had freestyle electric sets with electric battery powered stuff.
A lot of these things have no pictures.
I have the freestyle bucket that is blue, green, and red. Not that. It'll probably have a picture of it. It's not rare.
But
There
this
are
is
some
something
rare.
that always caught my interest. It's kind of a mech.
That one's cool because I love those printed slopes. I use those for roofs.
Yeah, I know that
So
I know that Brick Sloth uses a lot of those printed slopes in
freestyle tours.
in houses. And we've got the freestyle torso right there. Is Brick Sloth doing a live stream with someone?
What do you mean just in at all ever again or right now?
No, for the 72 hours.
I don't think so.
Because I thought I saw Brick Sloth's name somewhere. Oh, this was kind of a cool one right here. The medium bucket using those pieces from Space Sets.
Wait, what bucket is it?
The value bucket medium.
Can I see the bucket? Oh, I don't have that one. I think that's a rare color of the wizard hat. What color is that wizard hat?
0 minifigures?
What color is that wizard
Oh,
hat?
they don't have any information about it.
What color is that wizard hat?
That's green up there.
Oh, that's rare AF. Rare AF.
And they're using the crazy-eyed Timmy's torsos.
Oh yeah, Timmy's all up in everything.
Yeah. And this guy has the world's biggest afro.
Oh yeah.
And this guy has the world's tallest neck. This is a girl. No, so this is a person trying to be a giraffe right here with that tall neck. He's trying to be the 2019 Horizon tall neck.
Is that the bucket I have? I don't know.
He needs to have rings around there, like how they stretch their neck out with all the rings.
Yeah, that's not the bucket I have.
Tree of Ore is back.
Hey, Tror. I call him Troy. Tror.
Freestyle over dreams.
Freestyle's the best. They just told you to build whatever you want, and there's no rules. That's why I liked it, because I don't play by rules.
You play by your own rules.
The bucket I had was like multicolor. It was like green. No, that's not it.
Now getting to some of the houses. This is the stuff I'm more interested in. That's the banker from the Mr. Freeze train, aka the 1999.
That's Hunter S. Thompson. See the printed slope? That's called the freestyle pennant. The name of that part is the printed one on the animal that he's riding is called the freestyle pennant. Is the name of that print.
And this umbrella is from the Pizza to Go from 1994.
Yep, that's the pizza umbrella.
There were some more houses.
Pizza umbrella. Pizzagate.
Oh, I want that play desk set. Oh, that's the one I have silver. Oh, I have the bucket for the silver. Yeah, that's an awesome play desk. I have the bucket.
This was the 25th anniversary of Lego in North America. Or
yeah, I have the bucket, but not the set. And then I have one that's the bucket and the set.
Oh yeah, the cars and planes. I remember images of this. There was a weird Octane.
It's not really freestyle.
1997.
It's system. It's not really freestyle technically.
I swear there was some more houses in here. Maybe it was just builds from the buckets that the houses were.
I still don't see the bucket I had. What the heck? The bucket I have.
Another cool one. Look how bad some of these builds are. Holy shit. I've never taken a deep look at the freestyle sets.
Yeah, there's a backpack. There's a freestyle backpack. I'd rather have that than the suitcase. Oh, this might be the one I have, the blue bucket. I thought it was blue with like a green lid, or green with a red lid. No, blue. It's gotta be blue with
something like that. And I swear to God, there was one of the freestyle sets had a boardable character that looked like Ronald McDonald or something like that. Can't remember it exactly. Yeah. So just a
That's
lot
a
of
cool
really
poly
funky
bag.
designs in these free.
Those are
in
cool
these
poly
freestyles.
bags, the contraption poly bags.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see some of this stuff. So, the last theme we'll check out is World City.
Isn't that when they introduced the soccer teams?
No, that was they introduced the soccer stuff in 1998 for the World Cup. They originally did the poly bags that had white torsos that you could put stickers on for the different countries that were competing at the
Oh yeah, chef
1998
poly bag.
World Cup. in
They have
France.
train work. They have train worker poly bag.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Train conductor from.
Yeah, this
Those
is
are like those are exclusives.
this is conductor
It's a
Charlie.
it's a promotional for Chupa Chup Chups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chup Chups.
Chopper chops, lollipops. They did this plane for so many different
It should be
airlines.
It should be super common.
This is the snowflake version.
Oh yeah.
You snowflake.
There you go for all you woke people in the audience.
I really want the high-speed train. And this is the one that comes with, like, no, there's a different one that comes with a Crazy Eye Timmy.
That one has the gray.
That was such
That
a
one has gray bogies. Gray
sweet
bogies.
set.
Gray bogies.
Yeah. Because these grey bogies were originally in the Santa Fe, and then they released them in this one and the 2006 passenger train. Now, World City is not vintage Lego, but since Chopper is here, we just had to talk about World City.
You like that train?
I really like this.
Yeah?
I'm going to be honest, I really like this. This was just the front engine and one of the passenger coaches. You could buy the rear engine and another passenger coach separately. But this is this is Tommy Jones from A Men in Black right here.
Yeah, Secret Service.
Yeah, and this was a conductor, but it's not Charlie because he's got a different face.
I do like that one though.
Yeah, I wouldn't kick that train out of bed.
And the cargo train, this boxcar back here has some gold in it.
It's a classic boxcar.
They kept the
This
sliding.
was one of the only 9-volt train sets that actually came with a switch track in it.
They kept the sliding panels on that train.
Yeah, I like that boxcar.
And I want to point out the minifigures because this is Engineer Max.
Oh yeah.
I like to point out the names.
You can tell he's had to kill someone before. Look at his
I like
eyes.
to point out the named characters. Grand Central Station was okay, better than the 1999 one, in my opinion.
That's pretty bum.
He didn't slow the train down at the Oh,
And that's conductor.
I think my Wi-Fi cut out for a minute.
I like that this passenger had not only the green big backpack, but it was riding on a skateboard, and he's got the classic space torso.
Oh yeah. Probably the only good part of the set.
Let's go
is
to
that
the
thing.
minifigs. Yeah, there's conductor Charlie.
Oh yeah. Yep. I fought him in Nam.
And see how that backpack is bigger.
Oh yeah, he's reckless and wild.
Yeah, and he's got the classic space logo on his jacket.
Does it let you turn them around? Is that what that one logo is for?
I'm not quite sure. The cargo
go
crane, no, so the cargo crane is also better than the 1999 version. And this has got the same cargo as that one piece of cargo from the cargo train. This is a really weird.
Almost like they wanted you to use them together.
Yeah, probably cross compatibility because it's. I think it's literally the same build.
Yeah, they wanted to work with the cars.
And then we get into some of the police sets, and they're
Oh,
just
that squad cars to
very meh.
die for.
I disagree with Richie. I actually like the design of this squad car.
Okay,
Reason
get him,
why
boys.
I say disagrees because Richie's last video was about World City.
That squad car is like a big hot dookie.
Freestyle sets remind me of Fever Dreams. That's funny.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a helicopter? Lego never does helicopters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, that's gotta be
just say helicopter 3 times and Beetlejuice pops up.
Well, that's a substantial build right there.
Really bad helicopter. It's a really
Probably the
bad
most realistic
one.
helicopter I've ever seen.
And I actually disagree with Richie. I actually like these.
Oh, this is a great set. Oh, so
Got the
good.
Tommy Jones right there.
I was about to say, that looks more like Secret Service.
Yeah, that's why I said Tommy Jones.
It looks like Play School.
And this is very meh.
What a terrible set.
Is this? Oh, are
is
these
very meh.
Fisher? I think Fisher Price designed these.
Well, I actually like this surveillance truck better than the 1994 surveillance squad or the ones that they made in 2008, 2011, and 2013. No, sorry, 2014. I like this better. Because you got the tricycle, and that was that trailer piece that they used in some of the Island Extreme stunts. No, sorry, one of the Island Extreme stunt sets. Does anyone besides me remember Island Extreme stunts?
I do.
Really bad police headquarters.
I'm working on a mock for Island Extreme Stunts.
Because we're going to have to talk about Island Extreme stunts in the sequel.
I'm
Because
doing
that was the last theme, in my opinion, that anyone can classify as vintage Lego. Personally, I like to think of 1999 was the last year for vintage Lego. But when I'm talking about vintage Lego, I do kind of have to include Island Extreme stunts.
So, So, do you think that there's just an age of when Lego becomes vintage, or
Me personally, I like to think of when Bionicle came out. That was the end of vintage Lego.
But now, what about like 15 years from now? Does Bionicle become vintage?
No.
It depends. It depends on your definition of vintage.
Yeah, I have a very specific definition of vintage that is very unlike other people.
Fair enough.
This is probably the best train set that isn't a train of all time.
I do like that train shed.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
the money set. That's the money World City set. That's a World
This
City
is
set.
so expensive, and this was sold. This was sold for a decent amount of time.
That train
well.
shed is.
This is probably the
That's the
best
most
train
valuable.
crossing they ever did. They
Did
didn't.
they ever build another train shed? I've never seen a train shed from Lego besides that right there.
The only time I've seen train sets were in idea books. Like idea book 7777.
Yeah, that was like a shed, like a train shed where they keep them.
Yeah. They did some Coast Guard, which was very meh. And the fire stuff they did was very meh. They only did fire boats for whatever reason. Yeah, so this theme was just an abundance of helicopters.
Hey, hit that hovercraft.
Yeah,
Hideout.
let's get a
Hit
look
that
at
right
this
fast.
Let's get a look at this hovercraft right here.
So that came with the same rubber pieces that the rescue hovercraft had.
Yes, because they made a fire version of this set. And we got the Doc 13. This build was probably what inspired the Criminals Hideout from what was that, 2014? They had a similar
Criminal hideout. Is that like the mountain police?
a similar small warehouse. That was for, I think that was for the swamp police sets.
Okay.
And we got the Fire Command craft, which was just meh. Coastal Watch HQ. I have mixed thoughts about this. I like that it includes the raised base plate. That definitely adds up. The helicopter is meh. The boat is meh. I actually like this building better than the one from the 2007 Coast Guard sets.
What, honey?
I actually really like this base plate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I want that. Yeah.
Someone's upset.
No, she's talking to an AI chatbot.
Oh.
Now this one, the high-speed train car, which is just a passenger coach. This is the one that has Crazy Eye Timmy and
Indigo. Get off of the AI.
it has Crazy Eye Timmy's face, but he doesn't have the T on his torso.
Gray bogies.
And he's got the grey backpack, and again with the grey bogies.
I do like that train car.
Yeah, because you could buy unlimited amount of these passenger coaches and just have a giant train. Crazy Eye Timmy's face, but his T is gone. Because you buy this for the end of your green high-speed train. You only need to buy one of these, but you could buy unlimited amount of these coaches.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the World City theme. Really not much to talk about with World City.
Enjoy.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to talk about vintage and retro and whatever, but dictionaries definitely do have their meaning. Yeah, so very quickly, before we get on out of here, we will try do a sequel to this sometime in September. But I just wanted to focus on, before we get on out of here,
Oh, nice
some
one.
RC's
Nice
stuff.
hinder.
You're on the big screen.
Oh.
Can we see some of your vintage Lego mocks really quickly?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I've got
Richard
the, I'm
got
on the laptop.
Just the stuff within reach.
Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna do something.
Richard got that.
We're just gonna. That's too funny. Let me unplug some stuff here real fast. Let's see what we can see. So we were talking about. I know it's not your favorite thing, but we're right over here. So I'll show you guys real quick. Is that it's kind of hard with this. I'm on the laptop, so it's kind of hard right now. But I do got the Islanders mock that I worked on over here. And,
Oh, yeah, that's classic.
Yeah, and it goes to the whole pirate theme, and then I'm actually working on the new El Dorado over here. I'm trying to merge that into the whole thing. So we got that. We were discussing the Western earlier. Also, let's see if I can get this to come over here without breaking anything. So I've got a remake of the. Here, let me shut this door. Anyways, let's see. It's so hard when you're. There we go. So I've got a remake of the Eldorado Fortress by Blue Bricks, but I put all the cavalry guys in there and everything like that. And then I got the what was that? The junction you said, Mayo? Gold City Junction.
The Gold City Junction.
Yeah, and so I've got it over here. And then I just recently got that covered wagon.
Nice.
Yep. And then once again, that's another Blue Bricks build. That's the gold mine that Blue Brick sells. Blue Bricks continued Western, and I go just kind of dig it up. But here's that train you were also talking about earlier, Mayo, that you really love.
Yeah, totally not. The cargo railway.
That's Mayo's favorite train.
No, my favourite train is the Metroliner, and my second favourite train is the Freight and Crane Railway, also from 1996. But go back to the Aquazone stuff that you've been building.
I tell you what, I'm gonna show you progress that I got on there. I'm gonna have to walk in this other room right fast. Give me 1 second.
Go back to the Aquazone stuff. We want to see the Aquazone.
Here, I'm gonna show you. Yeah, I've got a block that I'm working on right now in the kitchen, so I got her in the dining room. So I'm gonna turn on the lights to show you guys over here.
Oh, look at all that Aquazone stuff.
So I'm gonna back up just a little bit so we can try and get this in here. Let me try this. This is kind of annoying here. Let me see. I'll move some stuff out of the way. It's been crazy busy over here. I have. That's the Eldorado. Okay.
Dang, he has to have a separate room for Aquazone.
So this is what I've been working on lately. For all this is obviously like nowhere near complete. I gotta finish all this work or the rock work that's in there. But it pretty much what it's gonna be is based on, and then on the inside it has different that these will all be able to pop off, so you'll be able to see what's going on the inside. In fact, I'll just do this right quick, just to show you what's going on there. Yeah. I'll take all these off right fast, and then that way you can see what I got going on here. And so we'll just come around from this side. And anyways, you can see that I've got, let me see where we're at here. You can see I've got the crane there. That's off of the original set. And then, man, it's so hard to figure this out when it's backwards. That's why I was saying this kind of pain in the ass when it's like this. But you can see that they're kind of working in there. And then it's actually got another ship down there where the crane's picking it up from. So that's the Neptune Discovery Lab that I'm working on right now. And then
you gotta display this at a show.
What's that?
You gotta display that at a show, man.
Yeah, that one I've actually made to where it's not built into the city and I can slide it in. But so I can actually take that one out. Here, hold on a second. And I'll show you guys the section. I'm gonna turn this off so it just looks a little better. But underneath my city, I have a whole section that all glows in the blue light, and that's why I try and get everything to kind of get in those certain pieces that make everything glow.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then so this is the side that's just kind of got the Silent Mary over there. It's got like the scuba divers and the Discovery team and whatnot. And then if you move down this way, we got the Aqua. These were the Aqua Raiders, right, Mayo?
Yeah. I gotta just say this.
Those are
This
from
guy- the guy
2007, I
that-
believe.
From Mox to Blocks is in my top 10 mock builders right now, like on the internet. Like he's in my top 10 favorite mock builders on the internet.
I
I'm not
appreciate
lying.
that. Yeah. I
Like,
really do, man. I
your
appreciate
stuff
that.
your stuff needs much respect, man.
And then so, just finish this off right quick. Let me move this around. And then this is all the Aqua Zone stuff that I'm working on and
Oh,
building. And
Aqua Sharks.
yep. Then I've got some more. And then over here, I'm gonna have the Aqua Zone mock. It's gonna go right here where you see all the Aquanauts. This will be where all the Aqua Zone mock goes. And then over here, where the down here in this corner where you see that Lego bag, I'm actually gonna build an Aqua Shark base, and I have a bunch of parts for that.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's all work in progress. So, just time. You guys know.
Yeah,
Great-
exactly.
great
I've got
builds,
so
man.
many projects. I've got so many projects on the
Great
go.
builds. Mayo's getting rich off your skills, bro. Mayo's getting filthy rich.
And so, remember the time when you accidentally confused City Center for World City Chop?
No, I was in my dark ages.
Yeah, because this was
Of
the
my
City
dark
Center
ages, man.
stuff when you went into your dark ages.
Did you see? Is that what you put in the comments? Chop?
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Hey, that's pretty cool, Mayo.
Yeah, this is
That's supposed to be a comic.
No, this is the 1999 pamphlet. This is the one with
It
the
looks
City
like
Center.
it looks chaotic.
And then on the other side is all the other things. So you got
Ooh,
Spaceport, Rock Raiders, which we're going to talk about in the sequel. You got Trains down here. You got Adventurers, which we talked about. We got the Extreme Team and Rescue. And I much prefer the 1994 pamphlet.
Oh yeah.
I've got that one. I actually, when you were talking about it earlier, I was just thinking to myself, I actually recreated that scene in my city.
And there's that surveillance squad I was talking about that I like the World City version better. There's the Sail and Fly Marina. This is the best airport that they ever made, the Century Skyway.
Yep.
And while
So many good sets.
you were showing off some of the islanders that maybe me want to bring out the
I
picture
have
of
the
these
I have the
islanders.
giant poster of that picture of the Islander pirate picture. I have the giant, like full size poster of that.
Yeah, and there's the Sky Schooners back there.
That's what I've got. So I've got one kind of, check this out. It's not Islanders.
Let's do this slightly better.
Well, I'm gonna be sending that Islander. I have the full size Islanders advertisement poster of that picture. I'm gonna be sending that to From Blocks to Mox, Richard Cranium.
Oh,
He's
you
gonna be
ain't gotta do
receiving that as his prize for winning the internet.
Winning the internet.
Just can't get straight up. But yeah, how
Spirea.
crappy do these Belleville sets look? These Belleville sets from 1990, well, from
Are
the
amazing.
90s, are all really weird.
I
You
love
know, I didn't know what it was, but then until I saw those sets, I've actually got one of those lattice pieces, those lattice corner pieces.
Yeah, they're from Belleville, and I really like this image right here.
There's that robot head right there.
That's
Spider.
the Robo Guardian, and all of that monorail track is for the Unitron. That's one of the Spirius androids right there.
Yeah,
And that one-
Unitron,
we
bro.
got the Dragon Masters stuff right there. I was never impressed with this photo, to be honest, because it just looked kind of bare.
Yeah, that photo's not a very good promotional photo.
I wonder if that's why they got rid of classic Lego Space, because it competed with Star Wars.
That is why the Lego said that no, they got rid of, like, they stopped after Galaxy Squad and they said we're not gonna compete with their own products.
Yep.
They said
But all that
Star Wars will be
1994 stuff
Star
is-
Wars will be our space line. You're not gonna have two space lines on the show.
But all that 1994 stuff is still way better than anything they made in 1999.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Rock Raiders, because everyone
That's a
likes
crappy
Rock Raiders.
flyer.
I also have I also bought a whole bunch of old instructions with me. I got the instructions.
So in preparation, in
1985.
preparation for this stream at my house, I have a stack of old pamphlets, like all advertising pamphlets to go through on the sequel.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to go all through. Definitely have to go through all that stuff on the sequel. I've also got some old instructions. These
Well,
are
we can't go through it now.
1985
It's an hour and 45 minutes away from where I am. We can't go through it now.
This is the 1985 airport.
Wait, this just in. I'm gonna go get all my pamphlets right now.
This is the 1988 Victory Lap Raceway. And look at all the alternate builds on the back.
Oh yeah, I have that trailer broken. A broken version of that blue trailer.
And also there's these. This is a Shell oil refinery. I always thought that was so cool.
Yeah, that oil rig.
Yes, I
So-
know an oil refinery and
so-
oil rig.
Hey, can you put that back up now?
Do you want to see something here?
The oil rig.
What's up, Dusty?
Hey, Dusty.
What's up, Count?
What did they build those feet with?
These are
Those panels, those
these
corner
pieces.
panels.
The
They're
corner panels.
corner panels that go with
Okay, yep, I see it now.
with the octagon panel. They came in black with the Blacktron message secret or message decoder base. They're in white.
The message interceptor base from
Yeah,
1988.
but those are in white. They are like inverted corners for the ones that go like, you know, the ones that they use to cover the canopies that are 1 or 2 by, and then they have the corner ones that were on like the time cruisers, like Fortress or Mystic Mountain or whatever. Those trans neon ones, they go to those. They're that type of panel.
I got you. I got you.
They're weird. They're like a corner. They're so you can have a 90-degree corner with those panels. It's hard to explain unless you can look at a picture of it. Just look up this set. What set number is it? And look at the parts, and you'll see.
Is it the message intercept base?
Yeah. Well, messages base has them in black. That set that you were just showing has them in white.
Yeah, let me go get the
See,
message
what-
intercept base.
You see what Dusty Brick said? Real whole dust.
Real whole dust.
Message intercept base. I'm gonna try get the brick set listing for it. Because it's worth showing off. Because it is a vintage set. Right there.
Oh, look at that.
I own this puppy from my child. It's the same one I had as a kid.
1988.
I own my original one.
So you can see like right there, Dusty. No, sorry. RC. They've got those corner octagonal walls in black. You can barely see them right there.
Yeah.
Here, I'll put the link in the chat to the actual part. Here's the actual part.
And you got 5 of these guys right here in that set.
The full Blacktron.
The OG Blacktron.
That was like the coolest minifigure you could have.
Richard,
I remember I
I put
pulled that thing in my pocket. I'd be like, check this out.
Richard, the link to that corner panel is in the chat.
It's not in the chat because it's
It is.
a link. They're not coming up.
Oh yeah, because I'm not a moderator because I'm not a bot. I'll send it to your Instagram.
Yeah, and then this is another instruction. This is the Victory Cup races from 1993.
I can't be trusted with sharing links.
I always liked.
City Mail. I remember.
So none of my links.
getting that when I was brand new.
None of my links went in the chat. Oh, F you.
And so we got the go-karts instead of the regular races. And they come on this nice tractor trailer in these old style shipping containers.
The forklift was so cool. That was
And we got the podium and the not only do we have the forklift, but we've also got that really cool podium right there.
in the jack. Those blue jacks are so cool.
And then we got some other big ones. Well, actually, no, sorry, we're done with the big ones. Everyone knows I recently got the Trauma Team. This is, so the Victory Cup races and the Trauma Team was both from 1993. Really like the Trauma Team. This is the shell, and also, Cliff. This is the Shell service station, the Shell promotional set from 1999. This was actually sold until 2006. Would you believe it?
That's a 7-year run. That's pretty good.
Yeah, this was sold for a surprisingly long time because after Shell stopped selling it, it went on to Lego.com. Oh, you got 2 vintage fire stations. Do you know the set number, Cliff? Because if you know the set number, we'll be able to go and get the images for them. And
he's got some pretty good ones.
Yeah, so this is actually a set from my childhood. This one. And we've also got the 1996.
Mayo's old as sin.
We've also got the 1996 Dig and Dump. The instructions have seen better days. Instructions have seen better days. But it has some alternates.
I like that dump truck.
It has some alternates on the back here.
Oh yeah, that's a good track.
Truck is cool.
Is there any alternates back here? No, there's no alternates there, and there's going to be no alternates there. But I also another set from '93 is this one, the Ice Set 5. This is why I love Ice Planet so much, because I've got a bunch of the Ice Planet ones, and the Ice Set 5s is still in good condition. The instructions are. I want to piece this back together. I believe this was my first Lego set I ever owned, the Ice Set 5.
That's the missile. That's the missile thing, right? Right? Missile loader or whatever.
Because this holds the rocket.
Yeah, it's called Ice Planet Murder Missile.
And this has also got the magnet on it, right there. You can see the magnet.
Hey, Mayo.
And these are my personal. These are my personal instructions. I'm trying to see any more. Then we also have. Where are they? We've also got this thing for the mail order, the service packs.
At home. Yep, service packs, baby.
You should fill that out and send it in and see if anything comes back.
They'll laugh at you. Lego will laugh at you.
They'll probably fill your order because they just like the nostalgia.
They don't even make most of those parts anymore.
That's true.
I have sealed service packs. I have some sealed service packs.
Let's come around to the other side here, and you can see this is where you'd fill out for the mail order.
Yep, I actually, when I was a kid with my parents, filled that out to order stuff.
We've got a whole bunch of motorized parts in here for the trains, and then the lights and sounds.
Takes like 8 weeks to come after they cash the check, which is like 2 weeks. So it's like 10 weeks to get your order.
Hey, real quick.
And right here is they used to sell 2 of the cypress trees in a pack. See how cheap the cypress trees were back then.
Well, how much are they? What does it say?
That says Australian $3.60. I believe it was $3 American, and you get 2 pine trees.
And that's the old forklift with the spring in it.
Yep.
Not a crappy rubber band, a spring.
And this is some stuff for the 4.5 volt trains.
That's for the 12-volt trains.
And those
Those are 12. Those are
remote,
12-volt
those
control
remotes are for the
panels.
12-volt stuff.
That's for 12-volt for control. Because for 12-volt, you can control the switch remotely. You can control the signals remotely. You can control the lights remotely. You can control everything from the control panel by adding modules. It was like a real model train. Even more real than 9-volt. It was the closest.
So we
thing to
were
real.
talking about Bionicle earlier, and how I considered the start of Bionicle to be the end of vintage. I actually found some Bionicle instructions.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, I found some Bionicle instructions.
Blasphemy. Get him, boys.
Hey, Mayo,
I really
have you ever
like.
seen the
Also,
alternate build for the Neptune?
I got this.
Discovery Lab?
Got this thing with the model team.
Oh yeah, model team.
That's a nice truck.
So have you guys heard of Jabo or Brixar?
Yes, I always talk about
Well,
them.
the toy store that is like $5 in my house, Replay Toys. That's the store that helped him complete his model team collection. He bought model team sets from Chris at Replay Toys. That's the store that I built the Build a Minifigure station for, and I always get bulk from. And I part together vintage sets for. Yep,
That's the Technic Control Center.
that control panel controls the world.
Because
That's
there's
the
lots
same
of
one
things
Reagan
here.
had for the nuke. Reagan had that same control panel for the nukes during the Cold War.
all these old Technic sets, and those are the Technic figures right
Oh, what
there.
a gorgeous helicopter for me to puke on.
That's just the best helicopter ever. It's so much
Yeah.
better than those old World City ones.
Oh yeah.
And World
Yeah, the
City ones were
Technic
pretty
figures.
bad too.
I have the Technic.
Clip that he didn't have those sets.
And you could actually use these Technic control centers to draw stuff.
Oh yeah. If you're too stupid to draw with your hand, use Technic.
Flip through all these pages.
It's AI. That's the first AI art.
I wonder if you could program that excavator to draw this right here. That's just such a good Vincent van Gogh piece of art right there.
Oh yeah, what is that? Triangles? Wow.
Wow. I
Triangles
think
are
it
like
was for
impossible.
geometry or something.
Wow. You could get a protractor, or you could just get that set.
And a protractor would be like a dime.
How old are you?
Oh yeah, look at that. Did you see that Technic robot's based on Spirius?
I did.
Did you see that Technic robot? It was a Spirius ripoff.
Hey, how old are you, Chop?
Me?
Yeah.
How old am I? 43.
Oh, okay.
Years young. 43
Yeah.
young.
So you're old enough to remember. Do you remember when all this, just that pin thing kind of reminded me of it. Do you remember when all this came out? They used to have this thing that you would like turn it on and spin around, and then you put like your pin in there, and it would draw like all sorts of crazy designs and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
Spirograph?
Yeah.
Spirograph, yeah.
That's an expensive.
That's a good
This
model.
is
That's a good model.
This is the well and wheel hauler, I think it is.
That's a good model team.
And then this was my first. It's not vintage, but this was my first Star Wars set, the Anakin Starfighter, with the really bad Anakin right there. Look how bad his face looks. That was for the Clone Wars after all. This was 2008. That was 2008, and then we've also got. I wonder how many of you guys remember the races theme. I grew up with the races theme.
Did you say the races theme?
No, races.
What's your favorite races theme?
My favorite races was honestly these fold-out track sets. If anyone remembers these fold-out track sets.
Mine were the ones they had the scorpion. They had the scorpion torso, the shark torso, the tiger torso.
Cause see, it folds.
Yeah, you can.
it folds out, and you could connect them all. They had
I like the one-
four they had four of these, and you could connect them together to form a circuit. They had these
I
really
like the
awkward
minifigure
things.
racers. The minifigure
They had these
ra-
really awkward fold out sections which were on the inside of the box. And these were a part of the tiny turbos. Some of you guys would have seen this yellow helicopter in my city. If you go back and watch my Lego City updates, you see this tiny turbos
yeah.
helicopter in my city.
I saw that.
I missed the tiny turbos. I really missed the tiny turbos. I'm actually going to go and see if I can find something else. I swear I had some other small instructions in here. They might have just fallen out of my reach. They might be stuck in my bag still.
This is the part where Mayo walks around and mumbles to himself.
Oh, why can't I find them, goddammit?
The highlight of the show. Oh.
Maybe I didn't pack them with me because I'm on vacation right now.
You are?
Maybe I didn't pack them.
Hey, Richard, for the time cruisers thing, was it just artwork or were there actual like buildable sets?
So I think one or two of them made it to ideas, but never got approved. So
No,
I would
because
assume
these look. What I found was art, but it doesn't look like they're sets that you could build.
so. The Discovery Time Lab, I think they had one on Lego Ideas, not like the smaller sets, but the Discovery Time Lab, I think one of them, because there's been a couple of them that they've remade, made it to Lego Ideas, but it never got enough votes.
Okay,
But,
I gotta try to find the other. I gotta try to. Oh, it's called Time Cruisers Neo.
And then if there was a Lego idea, there may be instructions for it.
Yeah, I found a different one.
Yeah, there's a couple of remakes of it. They did pretty good.
Oh, there's too many. I don't know which ones.
You know what? I'm gonna look one up
This is
right now.
art.
One that I think. Let me see something. You know, we were talking about alternate builds earlier. Have you seen the alternate build for that Neptune Discovery Lab?
No.
No, but I think I have. Well, actually, no. I think I've seen it when Jane Blix reviewed the Neptune
Discovery Lab.
Yeah, it has box art, and one of the builds are on the back of the box. I've never seen anybody build it, but I thought that would be pretty cool to build that. Oh, build one of them.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I can't find them. So anyway, on the sequel, we'll have to talk about classic and vintage space. We'll have to talk a little bit more about trains. We'll have to talk a little bit more about some of the other random things that came out in the 80s and 90s. And yeah, thanks for watching this, everyone. So we had our Toy World, and we had Jeff. Oh yeah, we also need to talk about Paradisa next time. Unfortunately, we didn't get. Well, Jeff left before we started. Well, Jeff left before I was going to talk about Paradisa, so we'll have to do that another time. And we'll also have to talk about Town probably a different time as well. There'll all be sequels to the Vintage Lego stream. So our Toy World told us where we can find him on social media. RC, where can we find you on social media?
From Box to Mox underscore between everything because Instagram doesn't let you space it out, but it's from Blocks to Mox on Instagram. And
I tried to put it in the chat. But Mayo won't let me.
And then very soon, from Blocks to Mox is also going to have a video coming out on YouTube. I already got it. I already got the channel. I just got to post the video. So
yeah, everyone go subscribe to From Blocks to Mox. And Chopper, where can we find you on social media?
Where can I find me? I don't know. Don't look for me. I'll find you.
So who did we have today? We had Treevor,
You don't
Rob
find
Claxton, Anna Nicole from Blocks to Mox, who's on the panel, Douglas McBricken, the left.
Douglas was here?
Yeah, the left
Oh, I
upright
missed
at Soldier Field, Mr. Blueberry, YOLO X, Benji Gal, Conjure Bricks Build Craze, Macro Bricks, Big Nate Bricks, Al Toy World, who was on the panel, Steve Weiser, who else?
you see that, Chop?
Tasman Bricks, Brick Hive.
What?
Mikey
I
J
just said hello.
Productions. Yes, you do, Mikey J, because you really like Castle and Pirates. On the sequel, we'll have to get you to come on and talk about Castle and Pirates again. I'd really like that whenever you get the time. El Cobra Commander, and I agree with that. The pirate lore was better than the Bionicle lore, definitely. Who else? Lego and Things. Old Brick Guy. Lego Team B.
I'm trying to find Treevor's
Stud Sidious.
Instagram.
That's Jeff's personal channel.
Treevor 2.
Who else did we have? Clicking Cliff. And Dusty Bricks. Where was Dusty's first comment? Oh yeah. Where was Dusty? Yeah, there's Dusty's first comment. Yeah, so we'll definitely try and schedule a couple more sequels whenever we all have the time. Might do something.
I'll try to get one for the 72 over on our Toy World's channel.
Yeah. And when when I'm doing one of my two segments on the 72-hour live stream, we might
have more. You might have more of the slots.
Yeah, because I'll be going live on the 72-hour live stream both after a couple of Brickheads and before you do your own stream on the 72-hour stream. So I'll be going live before that, and maybe for the last hour of mine, maybe you might want to come on and then we can talk about vintage Lego again, maybe.
Well, I was hoping to get exposure,
something like that.
Exposure to other. I want to kind of get exposure to other channels.
Yeah.
Test subject 2041.
Yeah.
It's not working. It's not this year. They're not signing up, so I'm probably not going to do it next year. So
that's a long live stream.
This might be the last year of the 70 poo.
Yeah. So
he goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's a conversation for another live stream. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. There'll be more vintage Lego streams to come. So don't forget to if anyone's eagerly awaiting new vintage Lego live streams in the future, all you have to do is stick around and pray to God that one of these will be one of them some other day. Anyway, so thanks everyone for coming out today. We'll see you on the next live stream, same time as always, 9 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night in North America. probably not going to be going live on Twitch
'cause
in
Twitch
8
sucks.
hours because I'm on vacation, so there's going to be no Twitch Minecraft this weekend because I'll be helping my
Yeah,
parents
Minecraft is work. That's not
move stuff
vacation.
around at this new house. I'm still got the weekly videos as always at Sunday nights, 5 p.m. Eastern. Right now it's early access for my Patreon pledges. And so just before Good Morning Brick World, I'll put that up as a premiere.
But
And
no
thank you
one
everyone for watching
uploads more than Cliff. Cliff is the
thank you everyone for watching my short about Lego Friends that got me 5 new subscribers. So thanks YouTube. Yes, so stay tuned for the next live stream. Stay tuned for the next short, and I'll see you in the next video.
Damn, that was an
So
infomercial, bro.
also I didn't get to do this, but hopefully we will do it the next time on the sequel to this stream when we talk about Paradisa with Jeff.
That's classic Paradise.
It is. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let's roll the credits. Thank you for supporting mayohosko Media. Your viewership is very important to us. Tell YouTube you like us by smashing the like button. Let your thoughts be known in the comments down below. Never miss out on any more LEGO content from us by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Stay tuned for live streams every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern in North America and monthly city updates on the last Wednesday or Thursday of every month. If you like Minecraft and gaming streams, follow us on Twitch, mayo_hosko, no capital letters. Twitch streams every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern in North America. To be in the know, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at real_mayohosko. Have fun with us on our Discord server. Friend us on Facebook and join the fan club group. For business inquiries, email us at mayohosko@gmail.com. For historical inquiries, check out our website. For special community perks, including behind the scenes, voting rights, and early access videos, become an investor today by pledging to us on Patreon. Links in the description. Watch this video recommended to you, or check out this playlist if you missed any previous videos of the same genre. This has been mayohosko, and I am a fan of old LEGO. #AFOOL.